DJ Willie selecting you no na no pay you DJ Willie bonus one nezo ka kire. Obo Joyce blessing we ya na kama ya junu yam so ba be repeating na. Dem ya so akwa kwata nwum fufuro de atum. Onu nko na nim de nti ode nwum ni tutu sa no pay. Enyuma wuti kwabna boaten fishing go fikinyata. Na enyo no rubber ma Fati Shaibu-Ali ti ya pe no se Sefah na nyum be na as no pay me mama chi. E mama kwa ban farmer happy morning show no na pay. Otienka free number 22 Ajenulu Street. Asylum down. Na Okwati man Timoye Nisim 100.1 FM with Tamale Nisim 95.9 FM with Bolgatanga. And then that 16th of October 2023 in the year of our Lord. Yamfana siya yen tuntume obade nyankopon. Wonim se month na abunimu. Month ni bunimu sa anwa. Wa wonim de eko. Mameka was enchebi abeko ACP Victor Tando retired on yakwa koje road safety tidbits. If in chamber ya the headlines of the newspapers no betu dwa. Ya be wohwi akwa ben fontin tankase ne so ehon so nsem ogu ho no ya be kan bi na ya de akere Ghana fo ne atiefo mutien na no pay. Kai said there is social media trends, there is yes sports. Black Stars against Mexico ekokusi saying Tiam Nyanzo mu say 2-0 2-0. Mame fancha kese fan koma ohine bampo brinya. Mame fancha kese fan koma eye Jo Debra. Because omu no mu jira ya na mu America eye abruchima mu omu cover all of these games no mu dia maye. Na mitimu zo omu jo mani ye pa omu jo mani ye pa. Mechiamo ai enche bia mesamba. Mama Cow said we're streaming live on Facebook or Facebook happy 98.9 FM. Yo Samsung got Twitter. Happy 98.9 FM. And also yo oko Instagram happy 98.9 FM. And also yo Twitter and this is your friend X into ko X and also yo obitimi ako na wadi achi dwumadie no ye di sanso and oko Facebook live stream now you can click on the share button. Said you be able to me afro bin so I share links no the akugu groups ahudu live on Facebook obetimi dia ko WhatsApp groups ahudu mu and also amanfo betimi edi dwumadi na chi ma menka so obetimi eja wo comment in a comment section Facebook live streaming uja ho a ye beken kan edi amatifo ni for live on the show this morning. This is your morning companion. Happy morning. So you're from Kwajo Sefah Danquah. Nyame kwa na medi dwumadi no. A rapper Fati Shaibu-Ali and Prince Obiba Poakwa Ayim Brown. One also ebe kame ho a ye di dwumadi no ebe hye so de abrem. Wo menka o se no wochebo pepepepepe ne editors atrase womo nso o madwen kire e won nsem ho nsem o koso na o twetwa mu nsem a ye brobro so ne dabio na okay mate almost president eko baby a spillage na sie no okay mama president achi na no pay yenko ACP retired Victor Tando ho na yenye rose tited bit no yen famre etiefo ne hefo live on the show this morning. ACP Victor Tando retired crowd say what the road safety tidbits in brain and pay ACP and pay yamwache emwakwaba na mejilise mpombo ko de
ya minka de se me ho ye no sa na nyame bigisa dom o de achem
ye do ba de ase wadaroma ene adwoada ya hye na otwofo frase efa ena ode efa
yo me do ase me from happyfm me ye nyina ho akwaba ye ko ami dem na o ke ye ode na ta ade hye mo bio na mo ba betwa mo djuma pa mo di ede aboa moment odom poja en kwasara nkam ho onkoso entremushim Uncle Swinton and so and Tram. I take for Mutage and a pay. Mamina, Mamma Chadiship, and Mobetes Medication. Oh, happy FM 98.9. Not pay any idea. A new boss. I share the nice wine. The teacher in the Dara, then I could do Sefah, Danquah, and a tea again. All my kind of Canadian Isaac Abed, and a rapid Fati Shaibu-Ali. I'm just afraid I'm here to ye. At Mamma the Patiania song or dim, near to 9 years to 3 years. I said, I mean, I can say, you that meaning a year, a year to a year walk and I'm yen, Memom a adum. I think I'm someone in the council. Near any principle, I'm a common him. And Coffin Boom, then you ain't one of things that by his grace, we are alive. The Nadmarakwa, and the Dasso edited and Cremo. Yet I'm yes, so near the yeah, that's all you in the aircraft. The quite a consent, any year Banswa, Yabanthing. Many can't jump in the foot. Then I doubt it. But watch on when it was up for Mamma Chama Payne and Isham. Chief Atari. No, I then tap Papa had down. Bema, and now never chapping in a ache, and in shake someone on come home. Master Cressy, or no, so, and watch Channel Pay, or no maintaining men, temper, and no coming nada. And Chief Lucas, fire officer, Amasaman, and Mr. Cray on the fire officer, again, Kutuku, and I'm in a ache. When the Mongo form will give my opinion, Yammy and come home. I mean, come home. So, tell me, and I can be any chronic. She quite the concern nearby, but the moment I said, big piano. What can I soon and Lord Francis and Antibiano? It's not for you, catch up for opera. Then you can. You need to wait to me if you have to check. As he said, you are climate metropolitan. But yes, you are municipal assembly, you are municipal assembly in Kanka, Uber from her, Gano, municipal assembly, Ga Central, municipal assembly, Ga West, South, Nina assembly, municipal assembly. This is a man of a sofa, then so and so, and saying, oh my, oh no. Because you near the two ship also. Okay, none of them can be. Say, a man here, almost on tongue, their phone. That is the way it's packing, and then I found out two shumo. I call Bob. Now, I'm the tea. Catching in, you know. We are the normal say, or not to cry. For focus soon. Mamma, today and assembly for no. So we did the mobilization, go for the go focus at the same mobilize or more blow, man. And young Indian and the jaw. But a moment to tell reflective material, no more paper or more union. No more shabby, reflective jacket in it. And he said, doing me and I do not know more. Car can yet turn super. Oh, what's a shrine? And you bring any part and a number. That's a normal name, so much time, and to go to the bay, and you don't crying. As I'm reform, they say, over to you. When you like a good morning, when you bishop or Mamma Chama Pay. As I'm reform over to you, wait yet, media. We should media radio net, money back to Omaba. Much wrong, that a TV in my go be brave, be an Toby. I tell what, we yet. But I don't think it. Actually, you assembly for years. Anymore, example, they say, oh, we can't watch my issue of watching. Yeah, I mean, sport, restaurant, money a day. A day low, Quampano. A day low, Quano. Mr. Mo, the man can come once more. It's not there. Only parking space. Every park will be no. And the law requirement, and a bishop a parking, a system, a Korean young person. Baby, would the kids be run about to home? I did call a home in another. I did bad the key. A crowd back on first now they back my seven park and so on. The conference room, the serving cruise now they call Kanka, a wing in Ara, and I do. Now, I can't reform away. Who give me who we be? And I'm with them to say, a classic is a beginning and Pamon. What can who be? There's a woman came and now maintain my orchestra. I can check the IQ of Pia. Once now, would you do? I can check if I oh, if you have Nahana Shane Watches. Oh, or calculate no. And I'll calculate central. And I'll calculate so and so. Think that's what we did, but I hope you. Would be a but I hope you. How many years you have to say a kind? If you have a fact, no, and Corpono, a party mama, among Piassem. MP Singaran and Hobby, Ominaki Hobby. Ominaki Hobby, and they are non cancer simple. As MP, for not create your moffic and you and what to do. When I'm on my senior, we have a Bushia, a good, a Bushia good. When I'm happy, a Bushia good, MP your office and you for 1 year, 2 years, 3, 4, 7, 8 years, 5 years. For United States. Hey, the home putting. Oh my God. I don't understand sushi dinner. That's what can you talk about with me. What's what you didn't know we've been a year. Let's see and see what. Who would you put to a clan? I get that of I want to. The best years are near show. Oh, Nani Epic Cacron, Mr. Entishin and Assembly Bono. And no many be echoes on, and yet correct. The yes, he cut so completely. Who could loan, who could do a day, now they are better than that. It's only education. Let's say the panel, no more education, Kakra. No more college education, only the big man, that's almost paying man. That is all. And yet, you be a yet, having good relationship, good rapport with them, and they will try and learn and do what is right. Because the road is meant for you, everyone. They can so be could be or no penny, and assistant of Ninja. Let's have it here. Let's learn in Shannon. Let's learn in Shannon of Papa. And let's say the answer I book the kind class 3 of the class 4. I tell you, everybody's business is nobody's business. I didn't hear. Among them, I said, and so Biaho, and you'll be I say, you are in the name we should be able to live a bit responsibly. The million now, and to see between a yen and take a year. Yen is a beginning, a bob, but by you began and find that we as and then go back to me. I'm not sure then, many said this is toward it will be our from the piano. It's also now here with the medium. Give that is what is called governance. And so will be any family when you're in this Banco. From lot of council and that's why anyway. Because you offer her left, right, front, back, up, down, it's back. But in never it's here make it. Or to get ready, or you can send me. Oh, Nipa Baku, oh, Nipa say the name of we, Well, a kakayen. Nadia Bakwa, I see a shame to property and long country with Yara. The Yafi. The Yafi gave me a gaffer. The Yafi behind the family, no yet ye. But Davenia for Bossy. We're producing with Kalor Kwan and Lord Kwanwa. Now the Lord Kwan share you and Moba. A share you a cheap at the end who work in face oncoming vehicle. Danquah, this year, a shine of blue in Moba. The people there, where dogs was venture. Of what keep our woman. And I walk on so color of quantity to cry and commodity I would into home. Mommy and shit with me of love, Carlos. Then you did that career near the motor. Motor phone that will be in Konya Crowd. They are difficult. So can I say, good one, I do money. Good anonymous in a dinner. Very like, I'm sorry. Oh, you're correct. If you're in a motor phone here, but I could be a million and nine. They do know. They won't be answer and I share crash in it. Only three out of the 15. And I share crash in it. 2 o'clock, and I do me running in a object crash in it. Come on. And let's say, so don't forget, make my pie a woman. It's not the kind of money at any issue. That's what we
ACP and Pam Yanamasi, sir, what the rose fitted bit no a brain with you, Medizo.
As a matter of fact, the young Koso not only in
ACP Victor Thunder retired. One and I would say with the rose fitted bit no a brain, but Fati, what they make about me. I did back on the was that now can say and cry sum dodo. Frankly speaking, and cry sum too much. Too much. I might say, your man be as electricity new on my no. As electricity, a day electricity been here. Because there are some places that offer Nanko. Oh, yeah, who say, and our person who maybe say traffic light a jinaso kama. What's that traffic light? Street light a jinaso den pa. But any major roads in the crowd. A inner lanes, inner roads in the cake. But hey, I better a man for a muggy man for along the way. Happy 90.9 FM, not so good searching. Your morning companion, happy morning show. Brass to say a day. Headlines of the newspapers and Ebre Etie for live on the show this morning. Now, Casa Fidina to Happy 90.9 FM, not so good searching. We are broadcasting to you live from number 22 at Denulu Street, Asylum down Accra. Otie and Kant on ECM 100.1 FM or Tamalin ECM 95.9 FM. Ewa Bolgatanga. We are streaming live on Facebook. Ebraso say your day headlines of the newspapers. No Ebre Etie for 4 and on pay. The Bokrata Hodono and someone your crucial gumon. Mamma a rapper Fati Shaibu-Ali and the Prince Obiba Poakwa Brown Ayim Akwaba.
Majoso.
Now, okay. Fatim Pacho, the name monitor,
Titus. And yes, I didn't know. Bible.
And then I can be with Titus. That is a sardine Titus.
Bible with Titus.
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 That's a was here canon. Now we say can say
Titus. And the phonetics one.
Titus 2:7.
And your Ghana International School.
In all things,
Galaxy
show yourself.
International.
But giant fat
Titus.
Titus 2:7. In all things, show yourself to be an example of good deeds. Dear Sempa.
Odi asempa.
Eno, ena eye yankopon asem anope.
Na obatwi mu a eye Tito.
Then I'll battery more.
Titus no. Oba kan ese twi na. Meka twi nya kan. Meka twi
no. And yes, ana eka fanti anya.
Meka twi na meka.
Eye Tito.
And meka twi, meka fante.
So for be a friend Titus, sentiments my friend Tito.
Tito etre mienu enyimu nson. Ose na bibiara mu no. Ye hu de se nwumapa nhweso. Bribiara mu no. Ye hu de se nwumapa nhweso. Yawie. Ndiango.
Chronicle the Ubakatano banner headline essay. Alan Cash takes JJ's mantle in Volta region. Ubehu say a year Mr. Alan Martin any a year some flood victims, Ejina honoma on your mutual for ni or kohonum share send your master to the moon aye mwa jamobit media bomu and no more education commercial moon crying any idea. Into Ubehu for Nino Ewa Chronicle the Ubakatano anymore. Alan Cash takes over JJ's mantle in Volta region, Macan. Woes of Ghanaian journalists. After NPP infamous UTV invasion, NDC also pounds journalists for no justifiable cause. And no Ewahanum. Akoto advocate homegrown economic policies. And also Ewahanum. So and other stories are Ubetmi Nyawaha say Mahama sympathizes with flood victims. Sasso and 38 modern toilet facilities commissioned in Kumasi. Rotary Club cut saw to construct 34 boreholes, 286 micro flush toilet facilities, and also Ewahanum. Yabora a year Nigeria. Nigeria loses out as Ghana others join UN Human Rights Council. INEC makes U10, says Guba elections and as a gubernatorial election result will be transmitted electronically. Saso Ena Ohaneze to meet Tinubu over Nnamdi Kanu. Tinubu asks Supreme Court to dismiss Atiku's appeal. Saso Ena Yababaka. Other stories Obinyaka the government announces resumption of all halted projects. NSS caution service personnel don't fall for social media pranks. FGA schools kinky sellers on best production practices. We stories are the Chronicle Ediaba.
The Ghanaian Times and Anopay, the most authoritative newspaper, Akosomo down spillage. Government rules rescue restoration plan to save lives, property in communities along the Volta Basin. Armed forces rescue 1,800 victims. Now, could you say, oh, on ebia devastation ne and someone I can want some on Tiasia. Unse weekendi Fatinami of Volta. Na she baby I didn't see a Kosomo because I affected Suga Copentino. Baby I me koi ewo denu echi blekusuno. Light anywhere free Friday no kusi Sunday anopa na me free ho. Ni nyina ne se Akosomo spillage no affected Sogakope power supply air center no anase plant no enti no enya dia ehonum nyina en enya kro ba ko mienu bi so kwadwo efri keta kwa kodenu ekusi aflawo baby akania eni ho enti eho asem na ye ka wo ha no aban se de aba no or be rule out plans me hu se omate interministerial committee kra ebe coordinate the activities of the devastation and the rescue mission na omoye ewo ho no me hu se
omate den
interministerial committee headed
omo be den
Ghanaian Times reporter Enodi Aba was saying in response to the devastation caused by the recent spillage of water from the Kosombo and the Kwon dams, 13-member interministerial committee has been established to coordinate the government's effort in assisting victims and managing the aftermath of the disaster.
I was say Nadmum penny for at the national level, at the regional level, at the district level.
Committee members, any committee members.
And more committee members. And more committee members.
Because NADMO for one
Fati Nyatuba say, Fati, unim say, ye deputy national NADMO coordinator. Edin Komo. And Okatre say, they had a simulation exercise about a month and a week, and as about 2 months before the eventual spillage. Mesheda Busane say, Ansana VRE, Ebeba Bonting, Ebeka Tomo spill Akosombo Dam because there's excess water. No much the level of devastation it is likely to cause. Or much ensure to do a spill on a daily basis. And so there are areas that are be affected. So 3 months ahead of time, I'm simulation. Man Timian Kofom. Any ayetimamu for mu bien nim command can trump the look. There is a possibility say adenaya denya ebe how ebe foul ebe say unsu ebe say ye unfudi ebe say no by any de keke. And then to the extent that Okase, they are even surprised at the rate at which VRA is spilling the water. It tells you that frankly, ejumana ye dia show mo sa so mo to not to even prevent, to manage this.
No, Bakojo, why do you want to blame NADMO for Sadewe?
And what is their core mandate?
Last week, you raised Adewe.
What is their core mandate?
Fati Catcher said, look, NADMO, what is happening over there? Their mandate is Sanyamawi.
Dabi. One of their core mandates is to even prevent it.
How do they prevent this spillage?
So if
there is no way they can prevent this spillage.
When VRA wanted to spill the water, one of my friend can.
No, NADMO.
Good. Why did they call NADMO?
No, because my friend NADMO for them to prevent what is
what
they are coming to do.
Debbie. They are not preventing the spillage of the water. Why did they call NADMO?
Because we're a disaster management organization.
Okay. And in disaster management. In disaster management,
no,
one of the key principles is to even prevent the disaster before you manage it.
The questions you are putting to NADMO, no, makes me put a question to you.
Fati with you.
How many times NIA spele Akosombo Dam?
Yes.
Several times.
Several times.
Yeah.
Right. This devastation occurs severally.
Yes, spele. Anytime I spele biano, a particular, Mefan said this one year, yes, spele. Sa 3 districts or towns that are affected. No. The last time I spele now different towns and I say the same. I am asking this question. I am asking this question because is it that during the spillage, I don't know whether depending on whatever a friend is saying, and your factors, there is a direction they let the spillage go, and I say they let the water pass. And what accounts for that decision? Say your money for her. Otherwise, I would have said, if we know, yes, these are the affected areas all the time, then all these years, over the years, and then I am making resettlement plans. But if it is such that VRA cannot tell us that until they are ready to spill to map out where they want the water to pass there, then what really can be done? Apart from, because even that, maybe said that because last week, I said, irrigation dams are a channel in Sunakum. But if the thing is that they don't know where the water will pass until they decide to spill and decide which way to go. And they just say, I will say, yes, see dams in different places where they will direct it. I need that education as to how the spillage works.
No, maybe I think maybe NADMO will have to come out.
Because for me, if it is the same places that are affected, then we have had ample time to do something about it.
So that we know their involvement. You see, remember what we are saying. In this village, NADMO, we saying in this village, NADMO is a disaster management organization.
Mm-hmm. And I'm saying that one of
they
the key
always comes in.
One of the key principles of disaster management is to even prevent it in the first place.
Yes.
It's one of the
Prevent the
basic
disaster.
prevent the disaster from even happening.
Kwejo, how are they going to prevent Nkrofua almost
See,
CCC almost
number one.
already? They've been allowed
number one
to build.
Number one.
Uh-huh.
Number one. Fati bisa a question be. Or say yes, spilly in Shunwa. Is it that we have peculiar places beer? You say spilling Shunin ne?
Depending said the VRA for.
Oh, so that's where the issue is. Because NADMO would be aware. That's why they called NADMO.
No, maybe we have to put NADMO on to come and tell us
we
their
called
involvement
we
in
called
this.
NADMO here on the Pahwada Bain, Deputy National Coordinator of NADMO. I asked him this specific question. Did you know the quantum of water that VRA will be spilling on a daily basis?
They won't know.
Or catch them say is in VRA is
No, they won't know. But they won't know.
Oh,
Do you are you faulting them that they don't know the amount of water that they will spill?
So what did they call them? If VRA will call you and tell you, okay, we are going to spill that amount of, even Bagre Dam, Omukra, Omuwa, Burkina Faso, they tell us the quantum of water they will be spilling.
Yes.
Are you aware?
Yes.
So VRA will obviously tell NADMO, okay, in Shona Abroso no, 15 cubic feet and Abroso. And every day for the next 2 weeks, you best spilling 1 cubic meters. So 1 cubic feet or so whatever it is.
Yes.
Good. So some more simulation. My issue has got to do with all simulation.
This should be given by the VRA, not NADMO.
I'm saying, sir, VRA will give NADMO the information because of NADMO's work, so that they will be able to carry out their work. See, okay, yes, please, these are the likely areas. So
you try to evacuate the baby in Suonibefano. You try to evacuate them before even the spillage. But last week, these are people almost see and a bit more okra who evacuate you until say disaster beba. Okasa free okra, pese be free ho. Even the SC Fati, a bit more obekono, it will be difficult for you to evacuate them. Person be free. Person be free, baby, no. So what I say, so there is little NADMO can do in all this. That's what I'm saying. But other stories are obihu ewo Ghanaian Times and then Anopay Taylor in court over alleged manslaughter. Taylor ni. Couple in court over 1.6 million a year fraud. Manufacturing of fake GIHOC product. 2 traders granted bail. Anyway, pay 3 and stories win so if you because your story and American government set up interministerial committee to coordinate response and no spillage
then what will be the work of NADMO? What will be the work of NADMO?
Akosomo dam spillage, former President Mahama urges support for victims and also Obehu Ewo Aha. NDC condemns assault. A follow up of a story now. Last support Africa's fight against terrorism, violent extremism. The president appeals to world leaders and also her chief imam leads commemoration of the birth of Prophet Muhammad. Former President Mahama ministers in attendance and no and someone akoso Ghanaian Times and so far the back page of Ghanaian Times are City, Legon Cities became united. in friendly okaya memenda ahomrache no the course so ewo ho no Ghana record double over Guinea-Bissau to progress to World Cup qualifiers and no black princesses and somewhere ewo Ghanaian Times in our pay.
Daily Graphic double crata no yemfa emusem no bi mreti for na pay. Akosombo Kong Dam spillage. President visits flooded areas today. Speaker urges consensus among political parties in nation building. ECOWAS urges calm in Liberia. New measures to boost growth outlined. Paternity bill presented to Parliament. Other stories are offer Daily Graphic double cratana bit me hono kaini. Inside Africa, hope fates as Sudan war enters 6th month. Global outlook. Jim Jordan chosen as speaker nominee. Letters. VRA government should think outside the box. And somewhere last Friday near TID on Fati. Offer Daily Graphic page number 10. VRA government should think outside the box. Article 71 office holders, that's the big issue in the Daily Graphic double crat and page number 17. Offer betimi on be $10,000 mechanized water system for Potrasi. Graphics Fugu Tops Journalist Awards in Tamale. FMB Accra Marathon to attract 5,000 runners. Achieving zero hunger. Ghana joins others to mark World Food Day. We air stories of Daily Graphic double crat and another pair betimi on working count.
The new crusading guide, IGP tape attaching fishing for fault with Danquah CSO's Tel Bagbin. Alan empathizes with flood victims in Volta region towards achieving economic development shift from over-reliance on debt financing. Dr. Osefri Akoto. Yi Mofa to launch phase 2 of Youth in Agrecon Wednesday. SASO and a flooding in Volta region government commit to reintegrate victims. Alan Kennedy Japan supporters defect to Baumia camp. GJ demands police must arrest NDC thugs who assaulted CTFM TV journalist. A year the new crusading guide no emu. Other stories are Ubenya Ewo Hanum say government needs to prioritize training of nurses midwives to attain UHC. Gamanche courts GNPC support to develop the Ghana state. Soldier allegedly takes his own life after he was busted for fraud. TDC generates 136.6 Ghana city revenue.
TDC.
Yeah.
TDC.
I think that the headline is wrong because in the story it says the Tema Development Corporation has through hard work increased its total revenue from 116.59 million in 2021 to 136.6 million. By headline, no more of a million and count. I say the whole year, 136 Ghana cities. Third edition of Power and Energy Ghana Expo opens in Accra. Your stories are offer the new crusading guide.
So offer the Ghanaian publisher and now pay a government response to voter river spillage challenge and so LP2 of the newspaper. IMF optimistic of Ghana's of creditor support for Ghana. Ubehu LP3 of the newspaper. Big one on the front page of the Ghanaian publisher. Info Minister slumps NDC tax over attack on City FM journalist. And also Ewaha Dr. Efriye Akoto advocate homegrown solutions. Ubehu LP3 Frema chairs voter dam spillage committee. Intifate Wao Mame Frema is President Akufo-Addo has set up the Oda Anono Fati Rapapa Fati Shaibu-Ali ono ne maame akosia Frema opare ono na kojo o committee no Oda Anoa obehwe chief of staff obehwe na bibia akoso kama said the beya hwemfa baby omo nkwaje hwe we national service no omo kwaye okwajo national service obi anye hwe sitting allowance bi enim ene president obekọ akone nanenam baby a victims and some abeba hono sanso Ghana secures assurances from China France for external debt restructuring and also our business page of the newspaper, page 6. FDA schools kenke sellers on best production practices for public safety. Kojo, any kenke na he fire no. Ye say omo nye ni yi o. Enti no baby. Enti baby omo ye no. FDA for alcohol chire homo. But ye wo ho sa na na ma enchini ko me ye de o. Ya mo de niam bi ko kana munye ni se munye za afi ube no na ye ubumu a enye twan te se de na kane no. Oh etie no.
Yes, answer now say o say man for you.
O say man for. Asa trademark o. Ye trademark o.
That's a man for customers in them because emubu denji na oba better dey. I think they will say so. Ote.
Now what to say? I say we want to meet the fufu at especially on running big, establishment.
Ye dinye ma o.
Omo ye den. Omo de den na kan over. Fufu ade atiso. E kan do kono no ho.
Be banku.
For the antenna, Sani man, the
jollof na.
Maybe one bontin.
Jollof na.
Now,
Ato
Ghanaian publishers so the ruling in your backwajo. Ato ruling in your
Menyan to was yakin cat ruling then.
Kind.
The find the double crater no victims exceed 6,000. NADMO and VRA hosting them. Dr. Akutu calls for homegrown economic policies. Ghana, South Africa approve visa-free travels. City FM and CTTV, GJA, Primpack, Information Ministry condemn NDC supporters' assault of Miss Akusia Ocheri. Over the find double crater and stories of woman. Stories are bit me not working can be GEPA partners compete Ghana to train first batch of exporters. A soldier under fraud investigation allegedly commits suicide. A year the final double crack and we now pay. Alpha bit me be a kinkai ewu. There is a feature page number 7 of the final double crack and when our moral fundamentals are weak, the economy will explode. It's by John Tete Hogri. Wano edia ochoro no. Nana Kundu Ajman rolling is commiserate with former President Kufuor. Education Ministry honors UNESCO country representative. Dom market women lament negative health impacts of charcoal and firewood.
Dom.
Osane kano.
A man say Uncle Soja no money
Bruncio
a Soja market. We mean the into almost Soja or market. A Ghanaian public Jamaican story. I am one cry. Propose Soja or market.
Sebi wo ha ono no anopa no
muton aduane na.
Sebi no muton aduane. Ene bi wo nso no anopa na afia aba no pese o ye bibi o ho di anza
na. Na eja na wo so.
Na onso ja no be dey.
Recirculation cylinder recirculation debe.
Mo be say a pilot.
Na say Accra. Enti dome market.
Enye full is not in full swing. A pilot.
Munya isa no munya
idea. We dem important one na ma maybe say almost cylinder recirculation module. I share name one. I call 1 month. Me who say can't be enough. I don't say, mommy. Why? Stakeholders in cassava industry validate manufacturing equipment fabrication guidelines. And 10 years on, what does China's BRI mean to global South? That's a very big question. War. Hey, let me see. Fati, we dem define the double character na to.
Na kwajo Fati pamacho we dey ketu bi. The attack on City FM journalists. Are we not I don't know. I say we are over
flogging it or what?
I want to use a word I'm blowing it out of proportion, really. That those boys that went on rampage, they couldn't have identified that this is a journalist. The way the thing happened. You see, we are yeah, ma I say omokoye they have set up, identified like a booth there working as journalist. And omokoya pipa omoko attacking.
But why are those people attacking people, anybody in the first place?
In the first place.
Good.
Why will you attack anybody?
Fantastic question. But I say emphasis ni nyina yen condemn what happened. Ewo ho. But emphasis ni nyina is on the City TV City. She's our colleague. I don't know her really, but she's our colleague. Yen nyina ye juma bako. So we should be seen to be sympathetic and amebo. But saying this, and I'm not saying say the course to our sister, who city no enye. But why the emphasis on her? Because BBS will
at the expense of
what about
the show of violence and hooliganism? I understand.
Why the emphasis on Akusia?
Because Akusia is our own, and you see, BBS, and then Yankasa home ye, then suddenly, before Frobio sense, I fire and central for. I am not saying say, as Fati mentioned, say it looks as if we are overflogging it.
Of course,
but the argument also they say. Fati say, Oba mi jina hona mention party atadia. Mention party. Oba they are targeting
my party.
Based on my party. And I say based on whoever it is that I'm supporting. And I'm and that's where I am a bit concerned. Because then it tells us that Nkrofo they were just
on rampage.
They were on rampage.
Which is really serious. They could have killed anybody at any point in time.
According to my checks, the omu ye yihu.
In
fact, it went on.
Yes, and
Nkrofo omu de mpintua edutwitwa Nkrofo wo Nkrofo nyina. Ebi mo those boys after the omu ye ni nyina esa akofa anade eni ade nyina ede ba ho. So the focus really should be on arresting those hooligans. These are real hooligans. These are real hooligans.
Their faces were shown in the camera.
Their faces, look, it's easy. Oko community wa akojo. They know them.
Yeah.
They know them. They can pinpoint. In fact, obi kachire me say, metimi edi wanim, edi wako omufie.
Bako.
But I say, ye di akosua de no na eye bibi. But eno nkyere say de to akosua no.
About Happy Morning Show, so Happy 98.9 FM. It must be condemned, and we have to condemn it. But yes. Fati,
I keep saying, say, and your my ACCCano. If we don't nib it in the border, 2024 back,
it will be very critical.
About man for a feeling said they can get away with it.
A lot of
because
things.
Already no political atmosphere and ankasa the tension a bit me creative or not. Into no say say yeah a man for are taking matters into their hands, going on rampage, misbehaving, beating people and all that, in a very bold manner. No, yam pen once a manka. I'm for man for to baby also moda. We would have a problem on our hands. Daily Analyst. Students dismissed over poor academic performance can reapply. University of Ghana clarifies. U.S. Embassy trains 50 activists to intensify campaign against illegal mining. Sasso and a recent attack on media houses journalists. GJA warns politicians, party thugs ahead of 2024 elections. 2024 budget, government to focus more on expenditure cuts, aggressive growth, and job creation. Attack on City FM journalists. GJA calls on police to arrest NDC thugs. And no ewa handle. So other stories a year. Daily Analyst paper. I say FDA teaches kinky sellers the best production practices for public safety. A Consumble Dam spillage expedite relief action for flood-affected communities. Mahama to VRA. Penquesi residents appeal to authorities to fix deplorable road network. Sasuna VRA supports affected resident of dam spillage. We air stories are over daily analyst Albenebiaka.
Nothing by the truth, the informer. We and the can come. Me who and the acho Sefah oh. Me who and the achepa.
What kind of ones or try a hello sis here?
Yes, me who not chepa editor. Me chiao enano pawe. Na big one, front page of the informer no. Government fights for voter region. Response swiftly in combating dam spillage. Government fights for voter region. Sa ena di can come ediaba. Na ne commentary hono de eyeme de pa. Why Esiedun Ketia praises Stephen Intim for apologizing to despite media. And so ewo fight against violent extremism. Ekufuado appeals for support. Ewo page 5. Hot attacks on special prosecutor. MP warns party. Ewo page 4. Arrest NDC tax. GJ demands from police. And also Eyen Samoa Ewaha Abedjumfo ene president Edema GJ. Sanso ena in this issue, in discipline on Ghana's roads, police traffic tech GH tough. And also, because you almost say up, technology, no more the year near my power, or more the chain for power, in discipline, every your road so cause back because you more Ghana and forces abasu. Spillage, any so more rescue victims, according to reports, say. Enyomo ba no mo ba mu na anka bia ewu ni ade nyina beba mu a yemo Ghana and forces for abaso pa omo ya ade e wo de esi e wo voter region any some part of Greater Accra any eastern region.
Matisse ye Dr. Papa Kosi Nduma ba ye o man doc oti enka anope ye chiao.
Oh say I have free last week
Say last week na Matisse oba until na me chiao.
The last time me check here free edna no na da Emina Sharks say last weekend Emina Sharks eche vipers eko share one ewa we be not doctor any Mrs. Indum amu hwe sa agi.
Okay. Yamfa today newspaper the Bokrata no emfa emre etie for NSBT holds graduation ceremony for Ivorian student Odududio vandalism arrest NDC tax GJ tells police residents face more problems as a result of the spillage of the Volta lake. Other stories near Aisha One's case, court fixes December 4th for ruling. We'll hold presidential primaries in all constituencies on November 4th. NPP selection committee. And on the same way are to a jar. Other stories are about the Bokrata no bitimi who now I can carry 2 South Africans killed in Israel-Hamas war. Israel targets Hamas labyrinth of tunnels under Gaza. Addison advocates for speedy debt restructuring for G20 members. Microsoft cleared to buy Call of Duty maker Activision Blizzard. We stories are offer today newspaper the Bokrata no bit me on working time.
The Republic Press. Ghana economic problems can be solved through food production. Dr. Friakoto, school feeding cook suspended over alleged poisoned condo. Soldier being investigated for fraud allegedly hangs himself. Ghana breathes relief as China, France agree on debt restructuring. Pebu goes after Otabil as he pushes for more prosecutions in Atuesian case. NDC NPP youth brace for clash over Airbus demo. Other stories are Obenya Ewo paper no essay. I don't eat or sleep, says husband of new mother missing after Hamas attack. Zaka, the volunteers giving dignity to Israel's dead. And also Ewo Honum. Other stories are no pay ufa paper now. Ubenya kai essay. Editorial has we condemn the attack on City FM reporter. Other stories essay. China's Belt and Road Initiative, Kenya, a railway to nowhere. Russia to build nuclear plant to meet Burkina Faso's energy needs. More than 1,500 married off by Nigerian state. Now, a wedding pictures near there by the Amihu, that's a couple be our nempa. Any room divider. Empa. Omashishane kama sumnie da so bibia any room divider omodepe kofi after aware no. Na efutu ba ko ebe pie mu aware na say don't check your husband's phone. Full stop.
One out they come.
Oh, there be
No. We the one out they come.
Oh no. That's how for me follow me then I'm say mompa.
Don't check your husband's phone.
Full stop.
Period. Ope akomatia no akwa check. Ope bufua no akwa check. Okay. Ghana feed. Or say uneasy calm in Ghana Police Service as IGP promotes juniors over seniors. KGL Group Chairman receives Emmy Africa Award. YA Mofa to launch phase 2 of Youth in Agric on Wednesday. KGL commissioned state-of-the-art office to drive its business portfolios. Yoko declares dismissed university registrar with fake degrees wanted. And no Ghana feed the Bokrata no pay offer it to me who can. New Zealand shifts right as voters punish ruling party. Nigeria diphtheria outbreak kills 600. And no Israel-Gaza war. History of the conflict explained. Kufad visits area today. Area bay. Okay.
The
affected areas. But so I'm fan count. Cocobot case, Justice Tando dabbling in alien practices. Opponent's lawyer complains. 31-year-old Gambian woman caged over pub owner's murder. Ghana's growth rate not revised from 1.5 to 1.2. IMF rep and all this as Voter House of Chiefs urged government to alleviate plight of victims of dam spillage. NDC denounces assaults on City FM, City TV reporter. And no, a year the Obokra terminal pay. Where stories are for Ghana feed a bit me on working.
Say, offer the inquisitor and no pay a kojo. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Kennedy e Japan, Dr. Usu Efriya Koto, and a one kasa. Unipa Adai Francis Adai Nimo. Now big one say towards MPP November 4th election, Frima others targeted. Almost say my meno. Mo de name Gunis almost say ono ne kan say impuna na epunu. Baby obeka say nkone hwa na heko. Kwaju o ma meno. Yes baby obeka say enkono. Ehwa ena eko maame no so ono nso on de onimu ho hwe na de ebe nyina ne se efi de omo de bi betare ne ho pa Cocoa board case Adongo's council says a strange even certain date can't be discussed. Even certain days can't be discussed. And no ena Adongo ne council ena oka say ansem we kwajo kokonsa tape no still like ho asem e wa ha o kwajo kokonsa tape no omo say
kokonsa tape no some the omanya new evidence and therefore they will continue with some a little more. We say previously say the ATN say
some we
the ATN say
we last week
but I mean in the face of a new evidence what do you do?
Evidence be
evidence aba
said then
evidence a new evidence
said tape no ye ntwetwe nsi
evidence aba new evidence
some call in camera bugri na abu be catch yen say tape no ya anye ho hwe te said the COP mensa ene asaremo superintendent asaremo kokan e wo ho no ya anye ho hwe nti evidence ben efiri ena aba ana akojo the me catch obe a month and a half ago so call say hey the mu hwe nyina me e wo ha me fair mamono afi di o de kwa na Oko and was you me. Somebody may national security. Me dear mu nyina. The omuka nyina ewa but me fair mamo. But the actually says CEO's dirty hands in big pie. And also ewa ha. Minimum the CEOs no actually says CEOs in the kojo omo back IGP. Says CEOs ewa Ghana he nyina say IGP ono onye hwe. The abano ne ho so in fact enkrofo na akokeka nsem afa ne ho nti sa enkrofo no ena say emra eni omuni so ati ase na kojo kromu ha obi koka nsem efa obi ho a emra ne di say oti hey me no ne Fati na ye adwuma wa ha na me ne Fati ye ko ne birthday ne de ne be ko restaurant ho oni birthday di emfa ne ko ne birthday na me ne no di kan ko wo se wo ba oni Ike mo ba na me ne di kan na yete ho ne MC o Fati nse Sefah ne ma wo ye no me hu de o ye nyina o de o ye nyina me hu e ma ofrefre omo e ma o ji omo na ene nsem enkomo aye odididi nyina obehu no ne Ike omo gyina na omo chitu no ne we gyina na omo chitu na Fati record me ne ba eno obi cheme me di boni.
Don't forget the person.
The person in question.
Implications of
no microphone and for president who
there be implications of
some appointees
whether true or false no implications. The fact that unkrofo a was nkomo omo team na mo nyina mo share the security of the country no na omo no enko benkromu to the extent so munya yankomo yiwe fi ho no. How will they give off their best to ensure say will reign no akweyi? If they sabotage will effort, what are the implications near there no? Ni nyina e wo ho no. Enti te say akokonsa oni me bedi efa Sefah ho no. If eventually no it is going to affect senior me who Sefah how I will relate to him on the show. Everyone na affecting show no senior be kwa abonten a management should be worried.
Okay. Okay. In this case, one I saw you worried at the IGP. Is it CSUs and answer the appointed and answer the appointment authority? Who appointed
we are not worried for
IGP?
I'm not worried for the IGP. I am worried for security.
The Ghana Police Service.
Yes, I'm not because say anya no crea. Say anya no crea. Say accusations of some more de boy IGP say why say na anya no crea.
Almost see IGP na suma nkrofo.
Anya no crea na to mu gu ne ho fi.
No crea. Implications no
yeah, of course.
And you know both ways.
happyghana.com. Yemfa entwas or Liberia's presidential race via an opposition Bokai reach neck and neck standoff in tight battle. Government weighs subsidies for renal patients, dialysis treatment, health minister reviews. Ghana has done a good job. Time for external creditors' response. IMF Africa boss notice Asamoah Tuija. Mexico defeats Ghana's Black Stars 2-0 in thrilling international friendly. Ghana and South Africa agreed to a 90-day visa waiver. We stories are oko happyghana.com and pay a bit me on working kind.
Say the South Africa pa.
Good news, sir. Bahamas is recruiting Ghanaian nurses to alleviate staffing shortage. SASO and ratings of Black Stars players after disappointing 2-0 defeat to Mexico. And no Ewahanum Ghana coach Chris
says Sefah was a trillion.
Acknowledges defensive lapses in laws.
That was the headline.
The fact that it was thrilling doesn't mean
say yeah, sure.
No,
the game
was boring. Players almost international break. Obi am person friendly. Particularly uniform first half now. After first half,
China.
He was supposed to play for the 5 minutes.
China, France have given us assurances on MOU for debt restructuring. Oforiata Ken Ena Eka USMNT versus Ghana. How to watch? And no, I've seen HMU, Saso, and other stories. We call a year Google News and a be Akai essay. Ghana needs official Makai and also that Into way NIS stories are oko Google and opaya obenya bi akai.
Sɛ wokɔ city newsroom a nsɛm a ɛwɔ hɔ bi ne sɛ Akosombo Dam spillage, health officers warn of possible outbreak of waterborne diseases. Ɛno nso ɛwɔ hɔ ɛyɛ Volta Regional Health Directorate ɛna ɛrezi saa concerns wei about a possible outbreak a waterborne diseases a ɛbɛtumi ɛsi ɛwɔ the affected areas no. Nti mpamkyɛw apɔmudenfoɔ ɛwɔ hɔ no monhwɛ ne yie paa na mo man nkyerɛkyerɛ ɛma nipa na ɛwɔ hɔ no na bibi foforɔ nso ansa ama. We have engineers to help government prevent flooding caused by dam spillage. UTAG ɛna ɛka saa nsɛm wei kwadwo. UTAG ɛna ɛsɛ
we have what?
We have engineers to help government prevent flooding caused by dam spillage. UTAG ɛna ɛka asɛm wei. Ekufuado to tour areas affected by Akosombo Dam spillage today. Nti Akosombo Dam spillage, we won't leave anyone behind. VRA assures affected residents.
People that you already left behind at the mercy of the water.
Press statement: assault on City FM, City TV journalist sparks urgent calls for greater press freedom, investigations, and prosecution. And also, nsɛm a ɛwɔ ha 2024 budget, government commit to more expenditure cuts, aggressive growth, job creation. Ɛno nsɛm no bi a ɛwɔ city newsroom ɛna anɔpa yi.
Yɛmfa CNN.com nsɛm a ɛwɔ hɔ no bi yɛmfa mmra ahwɛfoɔ ne atiefo no anɔpa yi. Gaza is being strangled. UN Relief Agency head says Gaza is experiencing shortages of food, water, and fuel as Palestinians attempt to flee Israeli airstrikes. Diplomatic aid efforts ramp up for Gaza as concerns grow of regional foes being drawn into conflict. That story is at CNN.com and Anna with me working. Palestinian men stranded outside Gaza look on as their families endure horror in home. Desperate families of Israeli hostages are still in the dark a week on. Video shows sheer chaos in Gaza as Israel airstrikes target cities. Other stories are called CNN.com and Anna with me on working kind. It be in India's top court is set to rule on same-sex marriage. Here is what that could mean for millions of people. Technically, I'm North Korean. CNN anchor on discovering her father's painful war-torn past. Beijing to host global gathering as Xi Jinping lays out China's vision. Where your stories are CNN.com and I'll be with me on working count.
Reuters News. Oil prices flat as investors assess risks of Israel-Hamas war. Global markets watch for fallout as Middle East tensions rise. Stock retreat amid Gaza risks as oil hovers above $90. Israeli communications minister seeks shutdown of Al Jazeera bureau. Saasuena 2 civilians killed in Russian assault on Avdiivka, Ukraine says. Other stories at Waha essay, George Weah, opposition leader, nearly tied in Liberia presidential race. China ramps up liquidity to support banking system. Dollar off highs remains elevated on safe havens bait rate jitters. Polish nationalist PIS on brink of losing power. Exit poll and HRW. Stories of Reuters News.
Kwajo, sir, oko the BBC and anopaya fuel reserves at Gaza hospitals likely to run out in 24 hours. UN ena edesa warning we eba 11 kg of suspected cocaine found in wheelchair. Uko Asia wa ena obehu sa ensemwe boy 6 killed in anti-Muslim attack, says U.S. police. And also obehu ewaha Polish right-wing party to lose majority. And no exit poll. nsɛm a na Fati ɛka ho asɛm wokɔ BBC nso a wobɛhu Poland's expected political earthquake delight Brussels. And also ɛwɔ ha sɛ wokɔ sports a Scotland qualify for Euros as Wales boost hopes. And also ɛwɔ ha South Africa beat France by 1 point in trailer. Kojo na ɛyɛ pa ɛyɛ rugby World Cup a ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ France no na nura host ɛyɛ France ɛne defending champion South Africa ɛna ɛde ɛbɔ ani. Guess the results 29-28. 20 it was massive and ranajo na feye papa isan say na South Africa isan kopi mu e wo finals and after sa win we omunya yi omo book e semi final e date with England and so extra girl ye etimi e share Fiji or enti ensemo a abeba no Scotland reach Euro 2024 as Spain beat Norway and Ray na ye Norway any Spain and ebo de no bedi se Spain di nkunimu a omne Scotland and qualify Norway omo Erling Haaland no kwaju enura ogina mu otwefa ne bosa wentimi enya a shot to cry on target enura ema Norway for edi nkuguo ewo Spain ensa no ba ofa BBC a story we mu na obehu ewo ho.
Ghana Meteorological Agency say yemfa ewiemu nsatra ye ensem no emre mo donhwere adunu na edi yanimu no na eye duty forecaster Vincent Entry Asante meteorologist ankasa na wasi yankantre eye Ghana for say ene anopai no yehwe no mu say eye miamia pi enkankane anafo fam ha no ensuo no enmu be kusukuku kakra na yehwe se ensuo no betimi atototo miamia bi a ekoye oman finfini entemu ho ewia ebebobo kakra ewo bra yekọ ewiamu no na yehwe no mu say ensuo ebetimi agugu ewo eye emia mia bi eben eye epo wo man atifi efamu eni wo man emfinfin famu na emum anopai de yenhwe se wokọ mia be bi ti se nkwaye ahodo no ewo mepo ahodo no ewo a ade a eye obehu sensuo no be petepete nkakra ewo ho ewiamu hye anase ne nyunu anopai no ejina between 24 degrees Celsius to 26 degrees Celsius. Woko ewiano a ejina between 29 degrees Celsius and 33 degrees Celsius. Ena woko enwumre no a ejina between 26 degrees Celsius and 28 degrees Celsius. We ene wi mu nsa kyerɛ nsɛm no sɛ de bɛyɛ ɛwɔ man mu. Ebraso.
Kwajo ansana obekɔ no ofa Kwame Odi Asempa ede we yaba. Okay. I say good morning. Please wish Beatrice Jesse, a table tennis star who's with Ghana Police Service, a happy special birthday. God's blessings and protection. And no, from Odia Sempa Kwame Ware, head of sports, Happy FM. And on also Eddie Abbey. Now, offer any D and Pennyfu and Emma Saturday on BPM Blikuso, Elbrana Bridget Mensa. O see any mamma na efepa ofa ne ho pa eyi no banda na me ofa fa no na eyi na okontinga ne na pese o say ye de anka ye tuntum na so na ne tuntum na ye sonko edemu sonko kwa e na azem na aka edemu sonko Odi Asempa Kwame Ware nti o say Beatrice Jesse table tennis player special birthday enko ema we Kojo Sefah Danquah ne wofa Odi Asempa Kwame Ware happy sports and all.
Ebraso say the social media trends, trending issues. You're the bread here for live and morning show this morning. Your morning companion, the rapper Fati Shaibu-Ali. I am crado.
Minister. Ken.
So what will you
Nanayao. Kunchun kununku. Oforiata etwienana. Air trend.
Okay.
Na ono say Ghana secure assurances. If China and France honum ɛfa a year memorandum of understanding and as a MOU bi a ɔmo ayɛ assign for restructuring of the country's external bilateral debts. Now I quote or say, "We have met the central bank governor of China and we don't perceive any opposition or reluctance in participating positively when it comes to memorandum of understanding on restructuring of our external bilateral debts." Now we a response to some inquiries via journalist omuko PMO ewo annual International Monetary Fund World Bank meeting ewo Marrakesh, Morocco no ebisaye. Now eno ena Mr. Furiata eka say, I quote, "The Chinese government within the past months is close to reaching a similar deal with Zambia, Sri Lanka, and Suriname. So following that trend, we expect some similar cooperation from them when it comes to Ghana." Mr. Furiata earlier in an interview, describing IMF World Bank annual meetings, as an opportunity for a new beginning for the global financial architecture. Now, our remarks be a roundtable discussion on IMF policy priorities, Kudunkununku eka say, I will say IMF omutumi strengthen the global financial safety net through bold reforms to the global financial architecture. Now, roundtable it was hosted by U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. Ehonum ena Mr. Ufuriata obo the transformative leadership of IMF Managing Director Kristalina Jojova obo the leadership naba so pa ka say na edwuma so ani na o say na edwuma ntino are leading to the achievement of truly momentous things. Now, also eka say, I quote, "We need to stretch the IMF to do more because they are by force. The need is great. And at these annual meetings, the developing world is asking the international community to do all it can to advance a reform agenda that ensures institutions like the IMF have the requisite mandate, financing, and governance models to deliver transformative impact." Commented by Enie. Kwabena say, "We have begged as a country. Sa oh Dabi. Now I'll say another bondage awaits the country. Bona say, what are we doing as a country to stabilize our external bilateral debt?" Daniel say, "Even though I'm Ghanaian, I don't care about what happens anymore. The heat is too much in this country." Akosombo Dam spillage, and Volta River Authority, Aba Bonti, Ebeyi, and Yoma, I have friend relief items worth over 1 million Ghana cedis to thousands of flood victims in all 9 affected districts. Now, this is in response to severe flooding caused by the spillage of the dam. Items need be toiletries, bags of rice, sugar, plastic buckets with bowls, mattresses, canned foods, drinking water, and in Yama Bebre. Entino, Munchansi nyinaa akɔ no a munya baby nda no mumpe baby nso gya ɛno mo rice no na mundi ɛwɔ mo bowls na yɛde ama mo no mu. Saa so ɛna authority no supply affected residents with potable water through both sachet water distribution and water tanker services. Deputy Chief Executive Officer in charge of services at VRA, Engineer Kenneth Atta, and on this items Emma Nadmo for any emergency management committee or a Northern District Assembly. Comments in here. AC say, "This is all we know. Rice, paste, oil, etc. For those who have been displaced, where should they live? Go and rent houses for them." Bonta say, "This happens every year. Can we demarcate that place and relocate these people to a different place?" Michael said, "Get them a different place. The rice and oil will not solve anything." Joe says, "Shame on these people. If you want my next trend, by force trend. Upo umpo eba shame." Happy Bible Quiz, a year 2023 edition, and yedi so and Sunday, then some ketwa kra participants if different churches. So moba abema omo church na agidin and now some ba begu omo sofo eni wase ni nyina no yebehu Now, the first episode, so with so much excitement on the part of participants, gospel artist Emilia Arthur, so it may be PM Waha, a better on him, a man soon some sunny, a share man for mu, a moment to me, a quote on Bible ni. Now, two participants in the four say, Bible dear Takashi. Takashi and I dear. Into the munya confidence, na mun believe woman who say yes, Bible no Mario ne baba. Then a bay am to me, I competition, no. Come on. Or sign so I say a year participant, quiz competition, a idea, a baby, a year doors, greater doors, baby, amomo, a wo future mo. Mama yenti and sama to me pie, a wo jumedianasi.
Try me kwayam em faso mire, try me kwayam em faso. Yamami for me, Benko to Tana Mobiara, who baby omo. Ah, a crime bits in you and penny so. Yamami for me, Benko to Tana Mobiara, who baby omo. Ah, hey. Make a try one so when some home cry. And adeɛ bi aso ɔmo nsia no nso so no ɔmo nsia no yie na ɔmo nya ɔmo mu gyidie they should have confidence in whatever that they do. Sometimes they can do spirit at work in you have to believe in yourself. You have to have confidence that you're sure of what I'm going to say. It's not say Bible say yeah mama from no kan on Brian mentioned no one not try my own. Nti sɛ try my over there bibia wo beye bia while say sonya me ni ko ade wo bedi nkunim nti mi show mo kran so mo koso no mo nye na aduomo bedu baby dachi enne nyame asem ba ko bi o mo beka bia no aduomo bedu baby dachi.
Wow Nti wow no na comment from me to myself no ede to aso Piaga say wow, welcome Emilia Arthur. Doris say this is really a good program. God bless the management of the station. Ernest Nyako said, this is a wonderful show. Nanaya also God is in control of your life. Sir, and a comment in it, and your video of the day, no, ebetwaswa, and yasam ketuakra. Monshe, namunsia, senebe amuko piemu, e would you media say a man kwaya kabaka dinibi, or sacro biancheno, or so be a money too, or so be a baby. But the youngest engineer, Nenya some ketua cry, we dran into my O Sima, and yasam ketua. So Mushebi, no more fancy asa. Sefah asano ene wo hono mo amohwe wo Facebook ne de mubehu na me a second video of the day so e wo hono ma eye osofukum chacha ejina mu den
What a political party.
That's all see obeko
I see Obaba go Baba stand it. I'm a Ghana party so aba nti Mashasie Wana say kum chacha as wana say that's
obi oja ho ye ne political campaign na ode ade egu ne kom hu se ne nia
Masa ye nia bro okromo ha
sa no no so
asano no se nia na do visa odi agro
amode bi mususo bibia so o jire mu akọ ayede na say NDC for no ne omo ana
obi a right so be na ade
NDC colors ne gu ne kom
so obi crash NDC
che o share NDC che say di ogina NDC atare na shani
it's true
enti okope MP adan say onsan ko presidential candidate e NDC na NDC no mo presidential candidate da o mo de mususo bibia so okrum ha Sefah so wani abrese okọ he
okọ nze wono ne be kan ono nanu mu asem na ye de kan asem na me de mu bibika
masa politics no enye agro ye enya fedi agro
address say this sports update live on Happy Morning Show every Tiffany afo Prince Obiba Poakwa Brown na yim
Fati won say Sefah and then the voice na nsheda anyi emu nya kroje and then okota fe
somebody catch us me
Ukota Friday.
Uncle Tafri Bibia. Obrenica. Obrenica.
Maza.
Uncle Tafri Bibia.
Thomas, what Tafri near Mamma voice in your eye.
The Thomas no name net here.
And that's all voice, yes, I in the Hodia.
Thomas on name net here.
That's a voice, no. And yes, you know, Tianzania who say, voice,
Uncle for sports, why?
Okobaya, or voice crudging, Okobaya, I will be
minim the mopesa muchre. And no pay. Happy sports. Happy sports. Sports have the live on the Happy Morning Show. Praise Zobiba Poakwa crowd so the sports update live on Happy Morning Show. Ever bread here for Prince I crowd or something.
Mechiao baby I will be a intentemo aye chassis dia e was sports update e was happy 98.9 FM dia yen chassis intentem na ye chassis dia baby anywhere betimi a chassis dan blasters any Mexico game omusi akan e was Charlotte e was United States of America game no ye hwe na homrache e was my Ghana mu na hodie na ye nwumre e na omo boss a game no Ghana hadie ahomrache ne bedru ha yenya bi ehwe na no ena Lizano ena afi Romero ena ball 2 goals edema Mexico a Ghana yentimi antimu bi ewo North Carolina eho ne yesi say akan no American Stadium ana say America Stadium eho ena Ghana Edin Kugu by 2-0 Shenenson team no akwakopiemu ewo Tennessee no on the 17th of October 2023 ya Ghana ebe si akan Ghana any United States of America and so ebe si akan ewo Nashville Tennessee enti team no akwakopiemu ewo ha omo hwese omo ba koye ahobobo a omo afri North Carolina akwakopiemu ewo ye Nashville Tennessee eho ena Tuesday sa game no ebe todwa na sa game no todwa de a na Blasters any United States of America abrante baako a ɔka squad ne ho deɛ nanso first game no wantimi ɛnsi akan ne nyinaa ne sɛ Mediama nso ɛne DC United nso esi akan yes Mediama ɛne DC United esi akan na ɛno ɛna abrante a yɛfrɛ no Abdul Hamidu Fatau ɔbaako pie mu ɔbaako wajoin ne Blasters no ɛwɔ Tennessee a ɔno nso update nyina ɛbɛbrɛ ɛwɔ happy 99 FM ɛnɛ anɔpɛ yi yɛtena se ɛwɔ happy sports nso a yɛbɛkɔ team no camp na yɛde hɔ update nyina nso abrɛ na bad news a ɛfiri team no ɛreba ɛne sɛ abrante a yɛfrɛ no Joseph Edu Ghana ni abrante a yɛfrɛ no Joseph Edu ne picture a yɛhuyɛ ɛwɔ bra na team no ebu nani ɛde free North Carolina akɔ pie mu ɛwɔ Nashville, Tennessee no na crutches Fati hwɛ crutches ɛna ne hyɛ abrante ni nyinaa sɛ oprae Ghana ɛne Mexico ɛbɔɛ no onya knock mpanimfoɔ ɛkyerɛ sɛ ni injury no a onya doctors a assess no akyerɛ mu ɛsɛ onya ankle tendons injury ɛna onya ya ɛno nti no or require immediate treatment nti fa player no akɔpie mu ɛwɔ Spain ne club a osi akan ɛyɛ Heta de Vigo nti ɔkɔ no wakonya immediate treatment said you obetimi a recover and kra isan says Ghana bo qualifiers ekopie mu ɛwɔ AFCON na ɛho behia sɛ Joseph Edu ɛka team ne ho nti ɛno nso ɛyɛ nsɛm a ɛba yɛmfa wei enwie ɛwɔ national team no na afei yɛmra ɛyɛ club football dia Ghana under 20 emano Black Princesses omochi omotipemfo a omo free Guinea Bissau ebo mo ekamiensa ewo Accra Sports Stadium yes na akoye 6-0 on aggregate obekaya Ghana ko ho no Ghana Black Princesses ekochi omo ebo mo eka miensa ewo ho ena enura yin so omochi omo ebo mo eka miensa ewo ha entina away goals no eka ho enti 6-0 on aggregate ene emayo no ebo ewo the third round of World Cup under 20 women's World Cup ebeto dwa qualifiers omo bono third round no eho ena emayo no akodu ewo ho yemfiri ho na yempie mo ewo club football dia na yenye a recap of matches match day 5 matches etos dwa no FC Samatex 1996 impressively no omotena afie echi Dreams FC ebomo ekamienu chi Dreams FC ebomo ekamienu a omo entimi ante sanso ena opie mu ewo ewaka no na ye Lagos Cities ena tifie na omo ni Bechem United ena esi akan Bechem ekɔhyɛ first goal na omo kutekutemu second half no kra no na omo aba ewo bra na referee ogyina mu no show two teams ni nyina red card na no ena Lagos City said the season when abrane nyina ye show ma omo be hye no ewo mu a omo timi hye kra na omo adi omo asan hye bia kan na we de omo ntimi amfa bia nka ho ebo 1-1 ewo ho sanso ena akopie mu ewo Aliu Mama Sports Stadium ewo Tamale na Tamale Derby Real Tamale United ene Karela United ene omo adopte Tamale as omo venue no omo ne omo de boani a game no ended 3-2 in favor of RTU ewo ho na Sogakope Wafa Park no Heart of Lions game ananka omo tenafie ne Accra Sofok e de aboni no postpone anopa otese na meka ho ensem enso ade ama okopie mu ewo Golden City Park Brekum Chelsea etenafie ehye Nations eka baako ema Nations entimi antimu bi na ni nyina ne se ne ifiada so no na Kumase Asante Kotoko atena efie ache eduana abomu eka baako pɛ a ɔmo ntimi antibi ɛwɔ hɔ sanso ɛna Tano Poakwa enso tena efie ɛko Tano Poakwa nso ɛtena efie ɛko teya ɔmo ntimi ndi nkunim Great Olympics ɔmo nso ɔmo unim sɛ season we ɔmo ni nkugu ene ya ɔmo ne Accra Lions ɛde bɛbɔ ene ya ɔmo ne Accra Lions nso free ho na yenko amano no dia yemfa Euro qualifiers no emro ye di Euro qualifiers no bra o te se na meka ewo newspaper segment ne so no Scotland a qualify ekopie mu next year Euro 20 no yemfa other resource ni nyina emfa emro other resource no ebe ensu eni Georgia etena afie eche Cyprus ebomu eka enan omo antimu bisanso na Czech Republic nso etena afie eche Faroe Islands ebomu eka baako omo antimi ante Switzerland etena afie eche Belarus ene omo ekoti obia ehye ne nyonko eka miensa ewo ho Turkey etena afie eche Latvia ebomu eka enan omo timu baako sanso ena omo antimu bi pachofa cheme sanso ena Poland etena afie ene Moldova ekote obia ehye ne nyonko baako ensemu a esi ewo Israel ntino nanka ese Kosovo ene Israel ena ebo saa game no empanifo aprostpone sanso na Romania etena afie eche Andorra ebomu eka mako enan omo antimu bi yemfiri hɔ na yemfa rugby entoaso okaya na me ka kyerɛ sɛ enura na rugby world cup classic ene PM ɛwɔ France ne nyinaa ne sɛ na host France any defending champion South Africa ene edi boani game no ende ya na 29-28 na hu yie papa. It was a huge game. Now, Obi expect to say defending champions ebetimi go through with ease. But Esa and Sena France and a hosting no more home support pa no and South Africa the year last time 4 years ago with Japan almost a year be my sabre book a date with a year 4 years ago omuni PM finals na South Africa and England and omo be PM ewo semi-finals a yede ho update nyina ebe brew other stories a yede sorry so ententemu ano Cristiano Ronaldo na ade ni bi mu ene de wahye 1000 career goal 1000 career goals ena Cristiano Ronaldo de ahye na Porto president ena eka se Cristiano Ronaldo ni goals na o hye ne de abrante no ase obedi 40 years kra no na odaso a esi akan enura yi o captain Portugal ema omudi nkunimu a Cristiano Ronaldo de oye ne den a obehye goals no ewo ho yempiem na enura yi Norway captain Martin Odegaard ena after say tasty defeat against Spain no ena sentrofo busan say ye pressure ewo team yi so no say me pressure de ebi wo ho pa ba me pressure bi eni ho a mintimi o say Real Madrid club bi eni ho ewo wiase mu ha pressure ewo ho esen Real Madrid o say Real Madrid ho no ho ne tete mi a si akanya ena nei mabepie mu ewo England England pressure wɔ hɔ no ɛsisi pressure bia misi akan ɛma Arsenal meyɛ captain ɛde ma Arsenal enti sɛ obusa me a ɔse pressure ɛna atimi ama mature ɛbɛsi baabi a medui we so ɛna ɛbɛgyina na yɛde sports update ni nyinaa aba na wie yɛ ɛdane yɛ ho ne agye nkratoɔ yɛba owura Kwadwo Sefah Danquah ɛbɛtena se na ɔde happy morning show no atoa also ɛwɔ happy 98.9 FM midin ɛne Prince Obiba Poakwa Brown twɛn yɛba.
Oh, I think he has less chance. He can't win.
Okay.
Me personally, can really quite every coast. And the mama also win.
Happy 98.9 FM and Danquah.
A bank that
but also very revealing. 2 matches they've played here at home, 2 matches they have won here convincingly. This is going to be their 3rd match at home, and according to coach Frimpong Manso, he believes that the status quo will still remain. However, they are playing against a team that has found it very difficult to pick up away points. Yawansa in goal. As we have the kick-off, the game is underway here at the Sunyai Coronation Park. First opportunity coming through. Saka Dauda now. Hitting the crossbar. What an opportunity. First minute, first incursion, first opportunity.
Saka Dauda involved with a strike that kissed the crossbar. Clement Ansa attacked the rebound, and it's a corner kick for the home team.
Lots of defending by Gold Stars eventually. They clear out their lines. It's not done as yet. Shot across the face of goal. That was close. Throw-in effected by Prince. Trying to come through the middle. The shot is far. That was a good effort by Bibiani Gold Stars. Here we go with a free kick now. Sends it all the way back. Prince Kwabna. And it goes way off target. Eventual clearance, not the best. Jenfi Kamara goes up. It comes to the near side. Yaya clips it in. Oh, slip and a miss. Ali Al-Hassan sets up the pass. It's an opportunity as they come forward. Najib Husseini gets the ball back. Starting to the 18-yard box, is headed out. Good work done by Odai. Najib now, he goes down in the process, but it's not over. It's tipped. Lots of movement we've seen from Najib in the game, but it's an opportunity to come forward. Elijah straight into the waiting arms of goalkeeper Yao Osei. Former teammate Ronald Frimpong. And referee's whistle goes for the end of the first 45 minutes. Here we go, second half underway. First clearance, not the best of clearances, but eventually swapped away. Yao Osei, ever ready. Amofa on guard duty. Corner kick through. Yao missed it completely, and the resultant kick was not the best. Too feeble to penetrate. Poakwa in enemy territory now. Brought down by Najib. Long ball. And again. Oh, that's a gentleman who's just come on there. Kick is on. Oh, cleared off the line. Yes, Alex Asso. Threads it through the middle. Apia McCarthy's first touch. Alex Asso. Good intervention. Took a ricochet of one of the players, Kelvin, I believe. It will be a corner kick. Sadat lays on a pass. Back to Sadat. Apia McCarthy takes his eye off the ball. And it's now Saka Dauda. It's still Saka. It's still Saka threading his way through. There's an opportunity as the ball is straight to the near side. Oh.
Saka Dauda did all the work. Release Clement Ansa in midfield and Ansa located Leslie Aite on the far right. But his final ball was poor.
Another one from Obobi. And what a wild miss by Ampim Da Costa. This should be it. Oh!
Benjamin York with that brilliant chance for Bofo Kotano. Ampim Da Costa was caught in possession. Now Benjamin York races away. Still Da Costa and Amapo are chasing him. But when he tried to lob the ball against goalkeeper Yawansa, well, the problem lies. I think he should have kept moving till he gets a clearer view of the position of goalkeeper Yawansa.
And Alex Asso calls for the ball as Kamara comes forward. Good ball control by Kamara. Finds Apia McCarthy through the middle. Kamara, can he finish the run? He gets the ball all right. Tries to drill it in, but it goes over the top. That was close. Apia McCarthy. It's a careful forward thrust by the visitors now. Charles J.V. Kamara goes round his marker. Gets in the cross and oh, that was a timely foot there for the clearance.
That was dangerous. That was a great scare against Bofo Kotano. Charles J.V. Kamara threatening at the far side. He knew definitely he was going to punish and he started to
90
complain.
minutes of action here at Bayara Sports Stadium, where this evening we're bringing you the commencement of coverage for match day 5 in the ongoing Ghana Premier League, powered by Bet Power. It's Asante Kotoko at home, taking on Aduana Football Club. Much anticipated game that doubles as a crunch decider for these two sides. Battles between them has not been easy. Weather is fine for association football with a cool, gentle breeze over the Ashanti region. So there it is, observance of a minute silence for the departed Madame Theresa Kufuor. Referee Clue gets us underway, and it's Kotoko who begin the match playing from left to right. Into defense it goes. Quick recovery by Richard. What a mistake! Oh, quick reflex save. Kotoko have another opportunity coming forward. And this time, to the rescue, it's Yao and Safufro. But it was a terrible mistake on the part of Richard Tete when Aduana won their last match against Brecum. Chelsea got the lone goal in the game. Yes, Lamte. Lamte lays on the pass. Swift attack by Kotoko into the 18-yard box. Defended nicely by Adriana. Good recovery, fallback from Godfred Poku-Waki.
That was another opportunity for Asante Kotoko. Peter Aqua, what is he doing in the box? That was another opportunity for Kotoko.
Good work done by Jepong. Passes through the middle. Kotoko keep the ball to themselves. Yes, Lamte now. He's got space in front of him. Tries to catch through in the middle. That was a mistake. Late foot in there. All the way back to Yawansa. Richmond Lamte charges after that. Yawansa gets there first and balloons into safety. Sprints back to take his position as Kotoko come forward. Nice block there from Derek Afferson. Referee Klu was close to the spot. Gets the advantage.
So that's the incident. Yawansa Fufuro comes out of his line to put the ball out of play. Quick throw by Richmond Lamte. He finds Peter Aqua and he delivered that shot. Just look at it. Whether the hands was in a natural position or not, I think Asante Kotoko had a legitimate call for penalty.
Free kick quickly effected. Yes, Lamte off target, but the idea was good. He just needed a little bit of the direction.
Definitely, we heard the idea from the training ground. We saw their combination against Accra Lions, and they are trying a similar thing here. But unfortunately, this strike from Richmond Lamte was always going wide.
Kotoko have the advantage. They come forward now. Long ball through the middle. Not defended well. Good recovery by Afferson in the thick of affairs, but it's still Kotoko. Into the 18-yard box, and he goes over the line.
Brilliant attacking play from Asante Kotoko, resulting in a corner kick for the
Oh, and the ball is in the net! That's the first goal for Kotoko! Well, he did it away from home. He has come to do it in home. The fans are solidly behind him. It is Kalu Watara time.
Definitely, you will not take that from Kalu Watara. Great cross from Richmond Lamte and a perfect header from Kalu Watara. He scored against Accra Lions with a header and he's put Kotoko ahead with another great header. Look at that delivery from Richmond Lamte. Great goal by the Porcupine Warriors, and it's the reason why Stephen Mukwala is on the bench. Kalu Watara is really a confident player. What a goal!
Throw in quickly affected. Adriana now having to chase shadows as Kotoko come at them. Long key cross. Just could not bring the ball down. Augustine's cross, and eventually it's cleared out. But it's surprising that Enoch Morrison could not bring the ball down. Very easy job for him. Still the need to move forward. Kotoko through the middle. Saki was there. But they still come forward. A long drive. Opportunity was good. The idea was good. He's done it before. Enoch Morrison. We saw a lot of goals from last season.
Morrison has that drive. He has that power. But on this occasion, his strike was just too much. Just flying over the top.
But Zakaria once again. He drills in the cross. Brighter J brought it down. And then the shot is delivered. Oh! Sam Adams drills the corner kick in nicely. The header is on! Reflexive save from Ibrahim Danla.
That was another one. Perfect cross from Sam Adams. And look at that cross from Ricky of Adriana Stars.
Obobi this time. Well, he gets it once again. Douglas through the middle. Shot is fired on target. That was good. Gabriel lays the pass back and then it's spread once again into the 18-yard box. Pressure on Adriana Stars. Shaibu gets his head to it. And the eventual shot. Idea was good once again. Kotoko keeping the area of Adriana boiling.
Clever shot from Peter Amidou Akwa. That was a great strike in the box. The control. Look at that save also from Yao Ansa Kukro. Gathered nicely, quick turn now. Carlo gets more involved. Can he keep it in play? He does so very well. Gets in an impacting cross. Lamte! Easy for goalkeeper Yao Ansa Kukro to do.
Yamo Bibiara Kwababi and Famra, happy morning, show us another pay. Safia and San Odua Casa Fidina to happy 98.9 FM, Nasukuso, Otianka, Ewonisim 100.1 FM, or Tamale, Nisim 95.9 FM, or Bolgatanga. Facebook, you're streaming live over there. Yemfa, a year, Nasia, Emonia, Obadi, Yankupono, Lady Prempe. Was it Diankra? And you went to Yamnam the shame, and Yamnam the shame. I can't tell you say, and you know, Obi or the bishop beyond Mebunding. Yeah, Ura Isaac a day. One of the new way shame into minim into your shame. But I knew that identity. And you know identity. Make I come near me, who dear me find show and Munyam. As I saw body and young boy. Me and Uncle Mamu, yeah. A broom, papa, your son. And I am and now the Esima Pomia, NPP for presidential primaries. Na idea about Koso Nyanko Ponduma 4th of November 2023. Na Wawun himself eba a year about 207 kwa dia GMABC election camp. Yeah, you know. Ye don't want to code so nsemu ye ni omo hu edimu anazo omo bom mu ye ni omo din komo ye ni empanyimfo omo nim de ewa amanyo semu ni abato nsemu ye ni omo din komo na sanso na ye adwene se come November 4th 2023 ewa bra NPP womo ekwa akoto aba ayi Frankatuni for the party no ya dia GMABC election camp obetum do ho ato yeso esan se ya to ensentrofo bebre apete ewo oman afa na nyina de bekoso biara no eyade a ye de eba betudwa live on happy 98.9 FM na nya honko a ye ma on the ground report na ye social media team nso aye krado a womuso mu gina on the standby ehun foni ehun eye akasamfoni ene de kekeka ho no nyina no na no so ye di gu social media ehon so obetimi ehunu bie na watimi di wani edi akire enti se wope NPP presidential primaries no munsam padia wakase fidie no fato happy 98.9 FM na mambuza wo se ene no ebeye Ura Kennedy Akompra Kwame Japan ana se Dr. Mahmudu Baumia ana Dr. Owusu Akoto Afriye former agric minister ana engineer Francis Adai Nimu omuhwan ena delegate a omobro mpema hanu wombenya ne mugidie ato abama no se onye Frankatuni former the New Patriotic Party peri nyina hu a focus of the to happy 98.9 FM payday loan na me bo payday loan na me kai asem bi me nyonku bi frame yenra chale 3000 bi afuma me nkora no ayi no makoto ya school visa ma me hu nyina aka adam se bra me kura me ko CBG eno pay ya na me ne o makwa akodi nkomo no ma payday loan ni bi na me zumetimi dia ye dia me de beye ai ntiene ko CBG oye salaried worker nkwa dia CBG 7 countries bromashe you can access up to 85% of your monthly salary in advance, and you have a 30-day window to pay back. Now the money here then say enya dia bibia would the baba besia wo there be onfa bibia mesia wo obaya na ya pe kwan ya be fa so bitim this kind of man wo 2 business days pepe na seconds kan umpewe na pedai CBG bomodian rura any of the 114 branches are atwapetin wo micro Ghana ha aha na wonso any omukonkodi nkomo oji ho a na watumi atua school fees na wo se utumi tua no ezan se minim se okwa akɔgye sika no because o de kwa akɔtwa onum spedede ene ya ɔman mu ayɛ dene no enkwan kɔgye sika mfa nkɔtwa onum spedede kɔgye sika fa yɛ nea ɛso beba mfa so animu ya na se daachi bi aha ento gye na je se nkoda no school fees no Fati se ya aya eduru bra ye twa nkoda no school fees onam banks ahodo no na wɔgye ya oji ya no de atua ezan se oko CBG a ye wo platform a eye suapon ahodo mu o man mu be baako aduasa wo mu ewo so a ene woji ya betimi akwakotua wo school fees no ewo ho kama pa na ye ma real time settlement notifications a eno so betimi enya otua ya na je se kunkron ya the notification about phones just what you sika sabepepe enete bomodina any of the branches of CBG na CBG seven country say nei o dwendwen ho say insurance company be na memfa me ho konko down say de be ya that bi no me ho koka adwa mu a won betimi ama me nsi achi ba papa da bi na obusa na sika kra he na omotie na no mo ye den ene CBG seven country say bra esan say your product back bank assurance product wo ho sisi no no is your ultimate insurance solution in ensuring that your child's future is secure and your loved ones receive a dignified burial when the time comes. Bomodia bo eye wajopade ho ban se wutu kwan akọ eye wiase afana se upe anase wunya skade ato na ama wasomdwe ne nyina no eye CBG bank assurance eye services ye wo hoi okope odo ho koshempe na wawie. Enjoy faster, safer, and cheaper intra-African trade and commerce payments on the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System. Make or receive payment in your home country's currency. No long wahala, Debbie. Visit any of CBG's 114 branches nationwide to make your instant cross-border payments today. For more than our friends, is here 0302-216-000. And I'll be to me, I send you an email. Talk to us at cbg.com.gh. Oko social media, Facebook, yoho, Twitter, yoho, Instagram, yoho, CBG, we stand with you. Terms and conditions apply. Mass wedding. Omemuha, Ghana, Nina na meka Omemuha, happy 98.9 FM pe. Any etimi wedding. Ama just a wedding no. Home from a bofa wiasia for nyina. Tio. Happy 98.9 FM. Mass wedding. Yang any to me wedding a home from a timu bofa wiasia for nyina. Emi ajimu awards. Now unim say your wedding day is one of the most important day of your life. And na okwa kwaria I know the sort of effort to udikomu. Binim se wahye abayewa no ebo ache dodo. Abrante no ane se masese ho ache dodo nyanto boase. Happy 98.9 FM. Yes, bomodian abra. Na 2024 we. Yebe mo aware kama. Aware a efe. Aware a eniso. Aware a ede. Aware a bibia wo mu bie. Bomodian abra. Befa a year registration form at Happy 98.9 FM. Asylum down and YFM Accra Mall. And I'll bet me a fret 0244 906235 and 0302 254 858 for further inquiries. Na mass wedding no. Like I say, Oba na befa forms na dia kanyina Happy 98.9 FM. You know on besu asene me di jumedi na bremu no. Womo ye befa ho kanyina counseling watade shemu just on the day aduane a obedie anyomtofo baby abeye wed ninyina happy 98.9 FM ye fa hoka umpewe na apede happy FM Valentine's Mass wedding our rear on another level don't do no munsio Vena water na make kamfo ediama wo Vena water it has been certified by ISO and HACCP ensuring that it adheres to strict guidelines for quality control. Na the yeb then is no auto vena mineral water ni bina ono mu a is going to be eto na ye de akwa charitable missions ye de kobo afro bi no mu so ho akoka adwa mu ompewe da peden opensuo na opi akwa to bia no de a ye vena water and I make comfort ediama wo CBG business tips and I made bro CBG some control say ed pa say obetimi ahye ho so na wo de sika ato ade ba ko abua wo ema wo hotoso ene say obetimi ahye ho so na wo de sika ato na etoro bi wo ha bon saboso me ne beko na wiye no na watimi ahye ho so a osika kakra na da wo nsam no wani CBG some control say twen saboso me no ko na wiye na sisika no a wo ye wadwene sen ka de be ye wo niema ebi aka tieniye emfa nkonkoye eniema emfa mfaso emra wo senka ebeye mpo a bomodin afa sika no faiden fasie ana afato ho se de ebeye a ebeboa wo masika wo pe ebra no obi no obetimi anya na ne apese ode yo no watimi e de akwakoyo savings eyade ehuhia papa nti bomodin a now to save kakra happy 98.9 FM no so guso chene braso se wonso betimi afre na waba dwumadi ni so Ghana kasambre na adru so no 0555657278 number betimi afre na waba eye dwumadi ni so ene anopei na obaswa ye twa ne tel sansem editors na translate da ene yi no ye be shasha twekmo good morning how do you be afrefi
good morning honorable Sefah.
Yes sir bright mpacho yenko
Pacho, bright me kasa busu sa. Nyami show and nano pay no bomba. On kan se wa ma adipachi wa nano pay so. Wasa ba you so a obecheche nyama ekoso Ghana maimu. Ye da si bebre. Ne ano pay kakra me wo kan. Eni se uhwe nso ya akwa kosobo dam ya. Ye bia esei amanfo nyama. Akwụkwọ amanfo fie na ade ye mampini omunye bibia amfa mebisa se ade a omo ahyeda omo pese omo kita omo ID card any Ghana card 2024 omunya konya entu aba na mebisa aban we because uhwe ade na asia nipa bebre na omo ID card any Ghana card ebeyira ushe Ghana card yi crap na Volta region any honum the padudo na any Ghana card and omu padudo na so na tisia na omu koye registration ekoji ID card enti sa omu nneema ni na esu afa omu say amanfo nneema no omu sheda and omu yes ade ni 2024 Volta region for entiment to aba ana said ye besere ye mampini se atoreche bia besi wo ma wemu no ono otu kwan akwa amanani ba bibisi wo amanani pe no mudi statement aba intentem abeka bibia fa ho ye bisa se Volta region enka Ghana wana
Pacho nyanto boase number 1 the my bright mama no say number 1 the claims are all making say a man for voters ID card, Ghana card, ndeke kahunyina ajira no cannot be verified because we've not asked them. Ne padodo no amu akoka adwamu no yembisa amu emenye hunu say those documents ni nyina ajira. Number 2, ensure no Volta River Authority SPLA no enya Volta region kwa ene koye. That's number 2. What you say? Number 3, mampanyini ese enne or call the affected areas akwa kohwe near ekoso ewo ho there is an interministerial committee. Yatie to Ubibesie. Almost yesterday, Beya, almost one cocker German, and what bit me a cordium bright. Mamma was it. Good morning, we didn't be a free. I just was me one Philip. Yes, 2014, Oko Brazil, and Okre.
2014.
Aye. Oko Brazil.
Passport is
Nigeria now call it. Ah, okay.
And I imported one ship by one of my bench ship and more fully free.
Ah, okay. Matthias, I just mean you. ACP.
Council for Yadden, and some years that is a soldier for alcohol. I was not over the 10 to 10 to 10, the music crowd, GBC 10 to 10 to be an uncle. Now, 10 to know Cobu and the one celebrity. Now, senior president, alcohol. Uncle, Uncle, and board, now, maybe and no baby here. It's a problem to cut the canker and some will be alcohol. Because the fraud, who are which you can't hire you in a car, boy. But fraud and some trade equity. Wouldn't drive out for I actually wouldn't. Sakama Benes, why and your money now, your chico. If you want to me for them, the good cacra. And then 1,000, the CNC 5,000, and the AC 1,000. 4,000 can never be with you. And I didn't go one first. And I'm in you. And I don't want to tax you. Ubekaya and Libya budget. You won't see the following the more amount for Cassia and some you don't say because we vote for. We are no baby we are not about the paying as in Fufu. Moving a Mukasama. I want to be young. Who are Pamela in was 1 year, so I won't cancel it. Will be a beside young.
Mate, I just Mamma was it. My man pick here the final color. Na yen chassis drink mono elfie. Good morning, Udini baby Afrifi.
A busy bay, Fantiaqua North, Begro.
A busy bay, Fantiaqua North, Begro, a busy bay in Patrum Yenti wanna pay.
You met was the brain and a pequena with your mammy. I'm say, the old Mini, I'm no meaning of Mamugana, and not 7 previous. Yes, head your mind, Beco. But to say, I'm saying, Minimia, yeah. Patrollers Uganda, MPP 4 Poakwa, Prime say 24. I'm saying the 2 minutes ones, and I will a nay. That's also Poakwa can defer. And yan and a Ghana for you, and Minia. Sefah, maybe so assembly here say. Light bill about this month here, teacher Osaka Odiana.
Light bill about here, teacher.
Osaka Odia, Osaka bill.
That mean you postpaid, me you prepaid.
Minia, yeah, you prepaid, no. You show any more. Near the bell, Nibra was a Utia 200. You blow 2,000. Maybe 2,500. Bisa Obiaminia. Now, acquire say, any Panacasa Oba Fantiaqua North, now call the DC officer. Massa, I am Tokwana Yako free Friday, free Thursday, now, Bessie, and Namande Amino Casamino Asumduiniho. Ye, any free wa, and the voter region for now, Samna Abam. Yankasa Boyo. But Massa said, "Oh, Papa, I want Madudoa. You know, my movia a soul or Mampeni Nankasa. Fancy voter region. Your fan is a woman to Abama MPP. I NDC for no to Abama. It is Anka a Biana Sayabuaya. As I'm 2 or say, or Mampeni as a hunt them. And I say, I lunch a mountain to Miko. Echo Sufre or not or Mampeniti was a fina oko. Now, Okono where we are. Ominagana forma. Saji Nankasa the M1 MPP. That's the Pagana Koso, Yapenkabum, Unina Masefa.
Mamma was a busy day, Fantiaqua North, and I will know if free. Happy 98.9 FM was a good so and Task Fashion Institute say, Menka also one year broma, share and a begin to tear. Your courses be to say garment construction for male and female, fashion, illustration and designing, textile and designing, leather works, communication skills in English, business management courses. Regular no 2 years and I bet me Eddie Santa Tiano. Your short course and no obit me afe back 1 year. We have weekend classes ɛwɔ hɔ ɛno nso wobɛtumi akɔ na waba abɛgye nteteɛ wɔ hɔ. Na oba yɛwɔ hostel facilities for wɔn a wɔn fira tiritiri ne bɛnkyɛyɛ ɛnya afei na oba na aba abɛbusa baabi abɛda na aba abɛyɛ dadwene de ama wo daabi yɛyɛ ntumi ɛnhwɛw saa kɛkɛ. Yɛwɔ flexible payment terms. Yɛwɔ ɛyɛ well equipped production laboratory for practicals. Na kyerɛ sɛ nyɛ sɛ bi a woba abɛtena classroom ne yɛakyerɛ wo adeɛ ne nko ano asɔre kɔ kɛkɛ. Yɛma wo do nsa ayɛ adeɛ no sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a wotumi pia a wobɛtumi adi ho adanseɛ ɛsiane sɛ waa no wode wo nsa bɛtumi adi dwuma no yie kamakama paa. Na yɛwɔ well ventilated and comfortable classrooms a ɛno no wobɛtumi atena hɔ na wosua adeɛ a ɛtumi akɔ tiri mu kamakama paa. Na bɔmmɔden na bra yɛaso yɛwɔ McCarthy Hill. Number wobɛtumi afrɛ na abɛ WhatsApp yɛn no ɛno nie 0503 020 094 0503 020 094. Yɛmmra fie ne yɛnhyɛ nkɔmmɔtwetwe no ase ɛyɛ bra panyi David Tamaklo watena ase dada wɔno ɛyɛ editor for the WhatsApp newspaper wɔno ɛna watena ase yɛhwɛ no mu sɛ yɛnua baako akɔno sɛ bɛba bɛka yɛn nsa na yɛde nkɔmmɔtwetwe no abrɛ atiefoɔ ne ayɛfoɔ live on the show this morning. But ma me wakye mu wakɔ aba mpombɔkɔ deɛ wotae ne deɛ wotae ne ɛyɛ dabi ne sɛ meme mbɔtae nyame adom yɛnhyɛ nkɔmmɔtwetwe no ase, and I think that we would have to start from a year offer almost all of the newspapers in Anapa. They are talking about Akosombo Dam spillage. Offer Daily Graphica ewoho. Sanso and offer the final double cratano a year ewoho. The final double cratano headline a denimo or say victims exceed 6,000. Nadmo and VRA hosting them. Akosombo condemns spillage. President visits flooded areas today. And no ewo a year the Daily Graphic double cratano Chronicle ekan wasem. Almost all of the newspapers ekan wasem. Mamenye a year one of on that particular matter. And let me also mention, sir, we're waiting for a year. Yeah, other colleague, Bright, or the editor for Overseer newspaper, Bright Baba Cancer interview. But David, you say come to say from free a year.
Medical for any war powerful marchi. I'm say voter a friend saying I could some down spillage, you know. A dear say minia udi wani echo here. Hundi echo so very sad. A woman say a torrential, if is that how to say?
A torrential.
Yes. It's a natural disaster in terms of the rainfall, the rainfall and the fact that the dam got full. But what is happening in the southern part of the Volta region, I think it goes beyond just a natural disaster. I think that somebody needs to take responsibility for it. Over the period, I think that the construction of the dam is done such that all these things are anticipated. So when they were building that dam, I'm sure they anticipated that a time will come, the dam will be full, and that they will need to spill it down the southern part. And if you know the architecture of the topography of the area, you know that at the downstream of the dam of the Volta River, there is an estuary around Adan.
Adan, yeah.
The Zanya area entering into the sea. So if everything was done well, the river was well drained, well desilted. The river, the water, the spillage should just flow down into the sea.
Yeah, straight.
That's not what we are seeing now. What we are seeing is a catastrophic flood covering a very large part of the region, the southern part of the region, from Akosombo area, a bit after Japan. You come down to North Town, Central Town, South Town,
yeah.
Anglo area, and Anglo because and Anglo people is like it's a triple tragedy we are looking at there because you have tidal waves worrying them over the period.
Yeah.
And the tidal waves and then rainfall. I mean, the rain has been very. There has been much rain this season, so the rainfall, as much as the rainfalls, the lagoon there, the Kita Lagoon, is also silted, needing the silting. So that as well overflows to the banks, and there are so many communities around there which are affected by the rainfall, and then also the tidal waves also floods the place. Then this spillage, because the estuary is more or less blocked, the water finds its way back into the Anglo area as well, adding to the problem. Now, that is just one bit of it. If you go there and see the disaster, as for the flood, is affecting people who can't get to sleep in their rooms, who can't even enter their houses and all that. But the aftermath of this flood, I don't know. Just as it appears the authorities were not anticipating what had happened, had not prepared for it, I'm sure we are going to have even much problem after it, regardless of these committees that have been, the ministerial committee that has been set up by the president. Interestingly, the president has not said a word. I've not heard anything the president said about what is happening there. I have been there. I've seen what is going on there. Apart from the opposition party leaders, Mahama has been there. Here, Lanchamanti has also been there.
Yeah.
Apart from them, there is very little on the ground you can see of government involvement in trying to ascertain what is going on there and find solution for it. Of course, some of the DCs are doing very well. I've met them over the weekend. Some bodies were evacuated from a mortuary which was submerged in the water in the flood around the Sugakope area. I mean, the fact is that the repercussion of that, you know already. Dead bodies submerged in water. They have been evacuated now. But, I mean, the same water, many people drink from the same water. And so you can understand the health implication. It boggles my mind that we did not anticipate this thing would happen. Because, I mean, the dam is spilled by people, and they have proud knowledge of all these things. Of course, they've informed the communities, from what I understand, but informing them alone would not have solved the problem.
Sure.
You need to find a way, an alternative means for them to, put their head, how to evacuate themselves and all that. The VRA and of course government needed to have been fully involved, because only them understand what the outcome of the spillage was going to be. So I am a bit worried about government's lackadaisical attitude towards the people there. And I was listening to one of the MPs from the Aflawe, I think Jifa Gumachi, when she said that even when there was the tidal wave affected their communities, government did not pay attention to them. They were rather accusing her of singing praises of her party leader. And according to her party leader was there for them, for the people, even as an opposition leader. So I think that the government needs to take this thing more serious. President Akufo-Addo needs to take this thing more serious. We've seen the statements he's issued in the light of the Gaza Israel issue.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen those statements. We've seen the previous ones he's issued in the past. So if something has happened in your own country and you can't say anything about it, and you go issuing statement on what has happened so far away from you, it tells that you are just insensitive towards the people. So people are complaining around there. I've heard.
Is it a case of attempting to be more of a global citizen than a local one?
But what does that make you? What does that make you? I think that the government has been largely insensitive to the people. If you go to Mepe, nobody even cares where they sleep. They don't care. I don't know if you've seen some of the videos. They are horrible. They are horrible. In part of Southtown area, you can't even access communities.
Yeah.
People have their farm that have been taken over by water. The aquaculture that goes on along the river bank. All those business people have lost their properties. Okay, so the effect is going to be very telling on them. As for just announcing that you have a interministerial committee, that's just one thing. But the president, I think, should do more than just setting up a committee. What it looks at now is he's pretending to be doing something about what is happening there, but nothing. You haven't heard him made any comment, not even during the tidal waves disaster at the Anglo area, nor this current incident. And I don't think it's right to have a government behaving the way he's behaving.
Is it? I've had concerns myself, particularly with the Ekwaya Faswo Natmo, because I am fully aware that the VRA will not spill the water without NADMO's involvement. And obviously, NADMO National, NADMO Regional, NADMO District will be engaged in the preparation towards the spillage. And so my question is, if after the spillage, government is setting up an interministerial committee to ensure then what then is the business of we having National Disaster Management Organization?
It just tells you that there is no preparation at all, like you rightly put it. If VRA is going to do such a mega spillage, they would have spoken to what's the name? NADMO. The communities are along the river bank, the affected, potentially affected communities. They would have engaged the DCEs there. Ministers would have been in the known that this is going to happen. This is likely to result into crisis. How do we prepare for this crisis? You don't get in the middle of the crisis, and NADMO is saying we don't have sufficient, equipment. They don't even have sufficient boats to ferry the people from the flood. All those ones. Blankets, temporary places for them to lay their head. Nothing has been done. So, it is right to say that the government doesn't seem concerned about whatever happens there. It doesn't. We know when the disaster happened at what's the name?
Look at that.
This is just the fanciful side of it. If you go downstream, it's terrible. It's terrible. In some cases, the
roads have been submerged, houses.
And I'm telling you, a mortuary is submerged. There's a what's the name? Electricity service center.
Yeah.
Also submerged in the water. So the people of Sogakope area hardly get electricity to do. And so businesses will be affected. Livelihoods are affected. In a friend saying, So it's looking like President Akufo-Addo and his ministers just don't care. You can see from what is happening there, there's no preparation at all, towards this thing. There's no preparation towards it. To say that you have informed the people, I think it's just one thing. Informing them is one thing. The preparation to rescue them, to ensure that they don't have their valuables, within the catchment. They have no expertise to ascertain what damage this village is going to cause.
It's going to cause, yes.
So
And that really has been my challenge, because, sir, if indeed what the National Disaster Management Organization is telling us is true, so they had a simulation exercise, then obviously Volta River Authority might have told them, so okay, these are the likely areas that are to be impacted by the spillage. And so NADMO should have started its work there and then, because say Abani Abeka was okay, Sefah David, Mona more this area, and this is what is likely to happen when we spill the water. Obviously, you start your work. Yes. Because one of the key principles I keep on saying is that you prevent the damage from happening before you attempt managing it.
And this was possible. It was possible for them to have prevented this. In fact, at least, like you put it, knowing how many people are in a particular community, how many properties are likely to be affected. All these things. I mean, this one, you don't need it. You don't leave it to them to decide when to move and when not to move. You understand? So, clearly, government has been very reckless, and of course, VRA as well, in this crisis. This is a major crisis that is, we are not seeing the full blown of it yet. It's going to happen, because if dead bodies are submerged in water, you can tell. There's no proper water system at the place there. Most of those communities don't have proper water system, so they drink from this river. So you can tell the health implication in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks.
Happy 90.9 FM, no so Bright Amwako, as your managing editor, the overseer newspaper. Bright, Yamwako.
Eja, Mejoso.
Mbombo kwa dia.
Nyami adum na also.
Ekrukramun kakra, de tinwa no wababe sumbi. Akosombo dam. Ne ya spiliama ensunsanso a enya ewotimamufo eso no enye ensunsanso ketwa. The president says that obeko the affected areas, and almost as just spill last week. Now the devastation that has caused a lot of the communities around in the Volta region, Oti, and in the eastern region, and at the Ketwa. Let me have your say on the approach so far, and the fact that government says there is an interministerial committee that has been established to ensure the people who have been affected. Let me hear from you on this particular issue.
Thank you very much. First of all, may Damas say our programming so, and also apologies for running late. Traffic near the idea. But going straight into the point, I think government's approach to this whole thing, it's been poor, because previous years this is not the first time Akosomo is spilling. Yeah. And then also looking at VRA for as an authority, they've also been poor at this. But critically, I want to dwell on the government's approach, because as Akoye Bibi said, the people of the Volta region, as it's nothing good to write home about, because we share tidal with time now, and also we had the same similar incidents. Government did not really show much commitment to the people of Volta region to take them out of such incidents. But having said that, Matisse says the president is going to be there today.
Yeah, I'll say no around some of the affected areas.
I think I check, because considering the fact that they started spilling this last week.
Yes.
They started doing control spillage about a month ago, somewhere 15 September. So engineers your friends VR near the they knew about progress they were making so far, and then they anticipated knowing say ebedu baby they had to spill more because considering the climate change near the idea about looking at the northern sector now in Sophie, the neighboring countries near the idea now about which is leading to this. No, I think that they should have done better, they should have planned better, they should have anticipated better and informed the government. NADMO preparation towards this has been poor.
Media makasa NADMO de nka wasi eguno.
Mejitum because Mitier Deputy Director General no or say
Saji.
Yes, they did simulation exercise in May, and out of 9 districts now, Oma Makeno, they did for only 3 districts, which I think is very poor because they were under resourced. Omaya, you to me a rented plane, Emma amount for dry will ream. Nase BBC Nase say state institutions will put in measures to try bring the people out of situations. Say now, then you say that you're under resourced, whilst people are spending money here and there, doing all sort of things. I think that the government has been very poor with this, managing this situation, and they can do better. I saw a friend saying, communicate from the Ministry of Information say, the president has directed someone constitute some
interministerial committee.
I think it's just a waste of time.
Oi.
It's just a waste of time. Because the monies that they are going to channel to this...
Right, there's your moon, there will not be any sitting allowance.
There will not be any sitting allowance. Look, I was reading on the mandate of this committee on my set. They are now supposed to gather information. I'm like, are we serious as a country? They should now gather information where, at the point your friend is saying, the bridge at Sogakope Bridge, no, it's just an arm's length from the water.
Yeah.
And that bridge stands the chance, it can collapse at any time. People, houses are being submerged, schools are being submerged, churches, and a whole lot. And sad, the mommy real who are not probably crying. Looking at the pictures that are coming in any videos now, you realize that, excuse me to say, latrines near there, it's bad. It's bad. And I think say, Abayna who can trying to deal with these situations, it's been very poor. Because Yatiana Nanando, in Yama Sisi war, France, neighboring countries near there, he's very quick to tweet about it. Now, in the other now, who won't feature, or is it because sometimes I don't want to go the lane say, they largely vote for a different party, but
it doesn't matter if even they vote for any other political party. It doesn't matter. They are Ghanaians.
They are Ghanaians.
That's the prime. They are Ghanaians.
They are Ghanaians.
Someone to Abamao, they are Ghanaians, and the value that you place on life, should be the same value that you place on almost life.
I agree 100% with you but Nita Maker Sani said, because as I mentioned, tidal wave incidents, and this is the government. In 2020, they were able to take out your friends in terms of road construction. They took it out of the budget, a whole region. Only Bibia come back to say, I said it's a deliberate attempt, say a ban on voter region. But these are people, they pay taxes, they contribute to nation building in terms of decision makings and all. They also expect their views. You see. When you look at the videos that are coming out, one of him about complain, just life jackets. Life jackets, they are not getting it. It's unfortunate.
Well,
somebody to Nadmos why it's like making it a small case.
I was a good
one.
Must be ashamed as we speak now.
Of course.
Say a fiancé or an adjournment over call. Omanpanyi soon bind be our done a deal over a period of time. I ya Tresse Ghana 4 and some 2 years. What should you when you answer one fahon? And yet,
a flower area is one of the, I think, the third place, entry point, government enya tax pay free.
Yes.
But when the tidal wave issue happened, government never bothered about them. I heard the minister, the MP, talked about communities of 500 people being given 10 volunteer booths.
Can you imagine?
So insensitive.
I've been 98.9 FM. Happy morning show. Your morning companion. Baby Jaffa and Emilio Etchinko were bright. Our class do or no. The managing editor for the Overseer newspaper, David Tamaklu, the editor for the WhatsApp news. You can also share your thoughts on this particular matter. May say, Nadmo, Yenguno, and as we should bring a year in its stead, another organization, a year preventive in nature, not managing in nature.
Look, this issue, if they had even involved the military, and these are some of the things that when they were told in the election, 2020 election, that there were some, what's the name, secessionist group, and you saw what happened.
Yes.
You saw what happened.
Yes.
Lives are involved in here.
Yes.
And the president is behaving like, it's just an ordinary issue.
People's communities, they can't return.
It's sad.
People's livelihoods.
It's sad.
And when I asked Saji, say, DSC, a kwambe no mo fast one bit me dia bo mo ho akoka adwam no. Resettlement is very key. Then amoye. Oh, ye nru ho ye.
The thing is that they have no contingency plan.
I think they should. Honestly, I think the communities there should meet the president today with protest. If I was to advise you.
But to me, enye nad monkwa na esi eguno. VR ankasa and penifo ni na esi ejiyomodi. Because they've been very
so if for example, according to the Deputy National Coordinator for NADMO, if indeed they did a simulation in May, whether they did it in 3 districts or 4 districts, at least VRA where said the spillage is likely to affect all of these districts. In Janamonto or Semutu, no, was someone shall say in May, June, July, August, September, and no a share a year controlled spillage.
Yes.
5 months after the simulation.
Yes.
Nancy are buying representatives. The DCs
no, so that's the thing.
Even according to the MPs in the areas, almost they know nothing about this. And Ubisa Vinyaria, I think the deputy CEO, or see they communicated to the people how throw letters the various agencies. Can you imagine? Letters. These people there, no, in saying saying, and
newspapers come kind.
Exactly.
Letters.
Exactly.
Man, I see a chinkrophobic go near trauma chimba.
Oh, it's right. It's right.
Yanto also, for our comment, bruh, I'll read your comment now. Cause, well, we country. There is another issue having to do with a year Ura tuition. Quarter man 15 years with hard labor. So on them. Na ekana nko dia ban was say utua na what them ban when timien 20 and then one conquer them a year for 15 years with hard labor. You be the yes answer no home come but I mean a year some of the messages are what the air banners because it's very sad and any na kahono. Also sometimes our leaders must be up and doing. We elect them to think outside the box and not to talk without providing solutions to our problems. Akosombo dam spillage caused a lot of damage, and it didn't start today. So, what measures did they put in place to curtail the devastations? This is Musa Abata Diawa Musa. Good afternoon. Say good afternoon. Good morning. Going out to you. Other messages now. What they abandoning? I'm making can be not yen to uncle trainer. So Oscar, and also good morning, Sefah. It's a beautiful brand new day. Good morning to all of you. I'm Enoch from Kaswa. Please extend. Okay, all right. Enoch. Dennis. Nemison. Good morning going out to you. messages na mo dia ba no ma menkin e bia kote tentimo fa nche me na making kan nyina Stephen Boache. Good morning going out to you. So good, my favorite. This is Stephen inside Amenfi East. Dr. Akoto. Okay. Mo dia mo no ye kasafa. Ye nuanu mo a wo mo ho akoka adwa mu no. Ye nuanu mo ho akoka. Mo dia Azi Emmanuel Emawule live from United States of Kisam. Big ups Ghana Armed Forces for supporting spillage brouhaha. Yo. Miena the Ghana Armed Forces ase. What really is the essence of the interministerial committee? What are they going to do? What to ascertain what facts about what?
They should start gathering information.
About what?
And only question.
About what? Terms of reference, no. Yeah. Gather information about what?
You have the armed forces, the Naval Command. All of them, they have the technical expertise to go and do whatever has to be done there. In conference of helicopter,
look, anything that they be make sense say about voter regime for now. I don't know the government will on my approach because even wager, I remember wager spillage no buy, the armed forces were deployed to manage that situation. I remember they were deployed to manage that situation. Into the NAC, but they do election here. The best is someone could go to intimidate people not to come out and vote.
Godwin Danquah say, can't VRA be sued for the damage caused by the dam spillage? Well, that's another area that we can actually take a look at. If they can be sued, they must be sued. I think that it's gotten to a point in time where state agencies wreaking havoc on people, on lives. How did you inform the people? That's my issue. How did you inform them? You cannot tell me, sir, you just wrote a letter. To who? For who to read? To relay the information to who? On what?
But if for nothing at all, that letter had gotten to the presidency. Of course. That letter, the Minister of Environment, the Minister of the regional minister is aware.
The energy minister.
All of them are aware. So they are supposed to use their agencies. Now you go and put up a committee, minister, national security minister, a finance minister, all these ones. But didn't they know about this?
We were here when the president told us that before anything happens, he gets to know, he has first.
He's been briefed.
Yes. Before anything happens, even the prices of goods and commodities out there, he knows the prices from tomato boni and the onim. In Tiaban is saying away the different. He knows. The government, they know.
My Zanka message is new because you see some of our brothers and sisters as we speak now omuni baby da and what this is going to cost them very huge. Maybe our agent here since as a better train they cannot go back to some of these areas. It will be very disastrous for you to go back
the
to
economic effect,
the health implications that it will have on them. They are aware. So many simulation in Kwandia, they are aware of all of these.
We are even picking information, say a friend is saying waterborne diseases near there.
Yeah. Yes.
So
the reptiles, that place. There's a hospital, one hospital in Suganko for it. Who calls is here? Most of the cases that are going there are reptile bites.
You see? Yeah.
Snake bite?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of the cases there now. About snake bite.
The interministerial committee cry first. The health minister is not on it.
About Happy Morning Show, so Happy 98.9 FM. You. You. Yeah. Is that no? David, you bit me aka. Let me come here because as we speak now, and they are going to gather facts. And I mean, time frame here, everybody. Between now and when? I'm on time frame.
Yes.
So they continue gathering the information up until the.
Now, the deputy CEO now. Ochra, just say only that jai spillage no. Just say, a bit me a cost one say a cost. So the water levels probably will keep rising.
And
But-
from where it is now, if you rise above that,
I'm telling
the
you.
bridge will be affected.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Another arm's length there.
Yes. The bridge is likely to be affected.
Happy FM
Because by this time there's a jury. Because other colleagues been echo a voter region and they were talking about
I don't have
it.
a farm there, so I was there over the weekend.
O farms not say Anna.
Oh, Master Echo, and there are people who can't even watch their stuff and live. You know, they are so devastated that they don't know what to do.
It's so sad. It's serious because you want to ask yourself, say, so where am Eastern region feature hope baby nekosi ya na say Ashanti region hope baby nekosi ya. Would this be the approach? Yes, of course. Commitment to the dam is also very important. It needs to be spilled.
Yeah,
we need to protect the dam. But again, how we are going about it, the people are, we did not prioritize
The
the
spillage
people.
is not the problem. This has been happening.
Of course.
The spillage itself is not the problem.
Mm-hmm.
How this was planned, informing the people, the government's involvement and all that. This is where the problem is.
Yeah.
Somebody has neglected their job.
Of
That's
course.
what is leading to this.
Well, we are trying as much as possible to get into contact with some of the people in the area because we've been picking updates from one of our correspondents who's been traveling from one community to the other. Drew not a year boot to money. I didn't name a year
Kwanya me fakdi ka faso. Boat na a bidi faso. And run. Boat ntimi mfa can cross from Sugakope towards maybe a Red Bull Academy. Ntimi mfa can faso bi.
I say, it's not Jaffa.
And a boat, and so that's a boat back as a meaning also. So many people are forced to walk in it, and that's where
the issue
bikes
is.
and all those things.
Yes. That's serious.
And it's not only downstream Volta. Over the northern side of Volta, so are going into the BA side also. They are being affected.
Exactly.
But engineers, we said they have a way of helping us deal with this matter. Said they will not spill for it to have these impact on residents and other citizens who are closer by the Akosombo Dam. Isn't it time we start looking at some other alternatives of using this spillage in Siono? Because as we speak now, in the same area now, they don't even have potable drinking water. Isn't it time that we start thinking outside the box?
Look,
instead of spilling, we rechannel the water into a proper use.
Like creating dams. Yeah, one village, one dam. One village, one dam.
I chanced upon something. I think the University of Ghana engineering department also.
Yeah.
They issued something. Say they have ways to me a channel
in Siono,
rather than affecting the people. But my point is that must we always sit down for something to happen before we start thinking?
Even without any engineering mind, desilting the lower part of the river,
the estuary
would have solved the problem.
Yeah.
Like I told you, the people in the southern, the Keta, Abozume, all those areas shouldn't be affected with this.
They shouldn't,
because they are not even on the way. But because the place is silted, the water diverts to that area into the Keta Lagoon, which is also silted.
Greater Accra.
Yes.
The Mepe, if you know that the geography of the area very well, Mepe areas are lowland areas as well. Is it Osudoku? Sege area. All those areas.
It's sad.
Wow. But I think that it is worth talking about because and this is not a disaster. Because this we know.
This is negligence.
We know.
Exactly. Yeah. This we know. Yeah. We know. We are fully aware. And that was why the Volta River Authority will call NADMO into a meeting and tell Nadmo that this is what we're going to do. And so if indeed we had prepared ourselves well for the spillage, and by this time, but funny
enough, the VRA is blaming the meteorological service.
Say then.
I see Oman can't say it's you better baby.
Yeah, as MCC, Obiadi, EPBBD. Nobody wants to take responsibility.
Oh, I know, I'm growing this one.
And Metro phones be blame
Nyankopon. Say Nyankopon say Oman who we mu ye. This is you. Yeah, you bet me some of the members of parliament in those areas and you be doing because I saw say ora ku to Blackwell ojinamu den jifago man shi jinamu den heavily affected exactly, and he was not just on Tibo to so ojinansuo num attempting to help residents to actually move out.
If you want to help the people, safety, you have to be in there. People belongings are in there. Wellington Boot.
Yes, Wellington Boot.
And the baby are cry shallow.
Shallow.
Because a quite American tie road. Ufaswa. And show you na Mississippi. And Wellington Boot.
And no question about could be a mihuyen. A dino like as a boat no nam dino ceiling.
But your Mofasa a visuals into. Na yen assembly yen can ye. Because but first no almost as yes spilly no. Na Odru, some of the towns na in do lentil level. Adia chin ya ye call correspondent or back no. Na a drew a track roof. So some of the houses in there roof no e wo nsuo na se. And then kokra koda.
According to VR, they almost pay 200% more than anticipated some best pay. Yeah.
So they were aware. Nadmo was aware. Give or take, this is how much a year, how much water we are going to spill. So they are aware. On the David didn't mean because no phone has it. That is it's written all over his face.
But it's serious. I mean,
because if you invested in something,
serious investment.
Say, alcohol na omo ya fool. A being person be free. That you watching your properties just go down like that.
Yeah, serious investment. And the fools also yes can count time. Everything.
Anyway, happy 90.9 FM now so good so you know. Say to me one more videos ni be good. Facebook I bet me akọ no akọ. I think that this was the first day now. One more edit visuals we send day, you know. I said, oh baby, and you be did that. Second day, need not say, is you know. A fat dano bebre so. I mean, you animal more honor no akoka jam. We are hoping say we will not report any casualty be name. Government will find ways and means to restore the livelihoods of these individuals who have been affected in those areas. Say VRA Air Catcher said they've spilled 200% more than they expected to spill.
And they said we're going to spill today as well.
Yeah, they're going to spill today as well. They're going to spill today as well. So already the devastation that's been caused, Krani, and share that. No, the Puma Sibre already. Yes, and the Bimu Eba Kaho. So and it's going to take a bit of time for the waters to recede.
That's another hurdle to cross.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's all about draining, and you can't go and be desilting at this time.
It's going to take a lot of time for the water to recede. In the Ansana in Siono, Ebeko from Kran, and fancy be 1 month.
A come Edin Crawford.
Yes, a come in Crawford already. Ansana in Siono, Ebeko from him, fancy be 1 month. Bosome Bakwechi, Ansana in Siono Beko.
As I say, crowd,
Thank you. Well, yep, right. Some for friends. So, as and when we get to hear our reporters and some of the members of parliament in those areas, you know, to ascertain the sort of help and as a mom dear go aquamwa or more the air boy and you as a result of VRA's spilling of the Akosombo Dam. And it's got to do with Ora Tuition. after failure to honor his own promise of paying back Sikano. Was it Utia Edema Bino? Court Amano in fear edunum with hard labor. Uncle Yajumadene, Uncle them, no Yajumadene. Na yani engineer Muhammad Ninko Mokaka. Na me musana as back. Engineer no pay yamachima kwa happy morning Jones. Engineer, first question is ensure ya abreni na yes pele. From the engineering point of view, yentimi nye bibi fufuro bia mfa ho apart from spilling it and then it's wreaking havoc on people.
Adi akofre kwa Nkrumah now Babak. On a lighter note, he
engineer.
A very sad situation. Nancy, minimum interviews na any other sisters I've twisted my responses a bit to warn Ghanaians. We can't be doing the same thing and expecting a different resource. Global warming has come to stay. Ironically, Africa, we don't even contribute 2% of the effect of global warming. 2%. The Americas, the Chinese, in fact, America and Chinese, they are the major contributors of the global warming. And the have a discussion now. They should push for that compensation to come. The money that they have to use to get to run the effect of the global warming and its negative effect. And so no, in fact, me before me my colleague back, my classmate and Kasa on so VRE or up north this year within the course of the week. And on Wednesday last week and Thursday, in fact Wednesday and Friday, Ushe Bupe and Yape, which is upstream, FED downstream now. Bupe area and Yape is flooded as we speak. Upstream is getting a fair share of the floods. A lot of houses around the Bupe area, Yape area, is submerged in waters. It's because they have more scattered into you don't get that as a congestion effect and say maybe a feeling air draws no.
Hello, engineer. I am sure engineer Mahama. So also on the Kahwamai say Oko up north, upstream. The effect is felt there. Bupe Yape Kusogu area. Nina also they also are flooded. I just say and yet Volta region, Eastern region, or T region. Okosoro also.
Confirm say government the way I handle situation any problem because so once earlier it will affect the upstream as well. I say, but if they had been able to distill downstream and have clear ways for the water to move into the sea,
free flow,
it will not affect even the upstream.
There will be a year straight joins the
flow and the other side dam naji.
Yen to a commoners with the engineer Muhammad. Engineer,
yes, sir. And the white and black water from upstream, are receiving the effect. They are even receive almost from Danquah effect normally in October more not for the we started experiencing droughts. But at this time we are still receiving high intensity of runoff, the precipitation of runoff water. It means that we have to also adjust to the canker. I contribute and I say, contribute, be share high and I will say contribute. And what can we do? We have to do a holistic approach to re-engineer some of the areas. And so I say, buying a dedicated basic knowledge in engineering. Moka say, can we have a lot of maybe irrigation dams a better receptor of all these waters now? Possible. possible. It's just that it's in a intense capital. But if you're looking at the people who are going to die now, then we need to actually channel our minds there and start to do what we call maybe prioritization. Unfortunately, on the other side, those communities around the Tong and other area, Fife and what they are all low-lying areas. And say ye be dam now, because the ground is already saturated with water. No, and so no tono. Ama asasna is saturated, so there will not be a lot of absorption of water, or like what we call infiltration. Asasna me, who pushing out to me, as you said, be a woody diama, or go to me the baby and kumiansa, or the bear 2.5, and I caught a fair the bear 3 account. On to me, of so is.
Hello, engineer. Humana sat view. Humana sat view. So, well, insurance talk. From I am re. Insurance bay. Enya dia assassin bit me a G insurance ebium. Young Conrad Yakoba na ye di a ya tuition home como kakra. Because, well, cause I'm in every voter region in the KK. You Yakoba and Command Yak and never
Happy FM 98.9.
Are you tired of roaming for your medications and can't find them? Sick and alone and can't get anyone to get your drugs? Do you need to talk to a pharmacist? Or do you feel uncomfortable when buying certain drugs from the pharmacy? Do you want your drugs to be delivered to you at the comfort of your own home or office? Then it's time to download the DrugNet app, spelled DRUGNET, from the Play Store or the App Store to enjoy total convenience. Use DrugNet, your #1 online pharmacy. For further inquiries on DrugNet, call 024 00 24455.
Familiar sound, big stage, legendary acts, African Legends Night. Anticipate.
Franka Tunia obedi NPP amanyoko nanimu e won fiem pimienu ene aduonu na yabato no mu ehu hia pa esanse enamono so na party no ebetimi abreak the 8 abato adi kan ko so a wo mu koyi enipa num so mo kwa kodina me ato mo so aba ayi emu ba ko se Franka Tuni no emu ye NPP Wombesan ko akwakoto ababio on 4th of November 2023. Happy 98.9 FM. Yade abato ihunsem nyina ebebrew every empeswa biaraso. Esanse yen sentrafo ayato mapete omanya fana nyina. Ye presenters and your digital team are your crado. Say ye di eye abato ihunsem nyina ebebrew. Asembisa kese da hone se why ena obetimi edin kunimu eye owura Kennedy Japan.
I know the challenges of this first thing, changing of the mindset.
Dr. Mahamudu Baumia.
We have fought elections on issues. We have elected people on merit.
Dr. Owusu Afriyakoto.
Have you been a person MPP?
Anasa engineer Francis Adainimo.
Ura ujina mwanimu ene onemo kasa. Ode Ghana for nyina kasa no mo ma ne kwan a e MPP mu a break the 8 no ebebas.
Why and a delegate ya won brom pema hanu no bombanya ne mugidie so betimi adi party nanimu amomatimi break the 8 in the 2024 elections. For Wakasa Fidie to Happy 98.9 FM. Nadiachi on all social media platforms. Metre Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Nayam fasa abatoi ahunsem nyina emrawo. GMABC election camp. Ahankwa any bed doso NPP presidential primaries no more. Ediamawo. Yamamwachio Niamakwaba about happy morning shows. Happy 98.9 FM. Yamamwachio, so happy 98.9 FM. Happy 98.9 FM. Nasuku so chinjumadi no a happy morning show. Last lap na ye woman na last lap no yenni eye atuation ho komo kakra because ono na nasem ne na me ho apaso. Ne na ho apaso in a sense say banking cleanup exercise a course so in 2018 no. Capital banker no ne da no. Omhunsem be free from. Na omhunsem be free from na cheso no. Aban no man iska se bra na nka ne bank ne kofom no won fa hwe no fa man the bank ne enyina so enti enya na se sika ne bi wo ha ode abo ne sirim ye de kokko gina ase ne bia di nasem e ma wagitum sa wa ye bone na mum sika nde obetumi atua na woni eye court no ekọ bankrum ye hyehyẹ se obetua sika no kakra enti 90 million Ghana cedis no woni court no ekọ ntiase mu se obetua ye 30 na watua 2020 na je se watua wi bride man no otua 30 no kama afi agna kadiaka court no hwe na nimu wantumi antua de aka no Sunday ye 7 million ene ko kan na je se 37 the court no hwe ya wantumi antua no se krache ye ma me diagro kona kokodam envie dunu with hard labor senior ma menyo adwenche on this particular matter kakra na ebrena so anesa na menko
Actually, Mponi 90 million. And then Crawford and prepare.
Ade.
Now, in Tikrumana, Bank of Ghana, you see 60 billion.
60.8.
60.8 billion. Aye. And we're recording. Scout Modi year bank cleanup. Up to now, Bianche baby, they are the Crode Portia, this is Canada year. 25 billion. And omode cleaning a mess a year valued at 19. They said 19 or 12 today. 19 billion. 25 billion. And they are cleaning a friend saying banks they needed only 19 billion recapitalization. In scanner account economy. They're causing financial loss in the people have been asking questions. Say, even the Capital Bank has some board. There's a board who hear a company law. The directors of every company are liable for the loss of the company. Particularly, say, taking decisions they ought not to have been taken. Say omuhwe na bank no ni directors. I mean ni managers. Eye nioma any say omuye. They have fiduciary responsibilities. And now Crawford bisa say who were the board of directors of Capital Bank? And why haven't we heard anything wrong attributed to them? Is it selective justice? And of course, the other banks. Who is asking questions as to the neglect of the fiduciary duty? Those are the questions people are asking. And so this causing financial loss to the state. It's good that at least somebody has been picked for it. Somebody is paying a price. But I'm saying there are more people who would have to pay prices for some of these things. And the Capital Bank, as someone, I'm saying also mukumuyi. Board no, we must at least understand what role the board played
in that. Okay.
What's your name, maybe brain? You know, I don't want to talk too much.
Mamenko Bright na quickly Bright. Mamenye ye wanu disem on this matter. Na yem for Jumedi and run away.
Yeah. For the substance of the case, the actuation case, I will not even dwell on it because the fact that on one hand, Sakra pleaded guilty, if you more processes near the idea,
but just as well, Bokro.
On one hand,
and that's what we do on
yes, on one hand, the ways or the year they both share from time a starting fee, first capital savings and loans to
Capital Plus
near the
to a Capital Bank.
Yes. But said the mean you can Ushemwa at 2 or no kwan na so yes will issue we one. And no question. Board nominate wine, board chair near the idea because Ed in so bet say at 2 can take such decisions. Bank of Ghana Sky, channel man, he takes those decisions to channel it here, according to the court.
But is it not also possible, say, as a chief executive officer, or no able to take care certain decisions at the blind side of the board?
Unless the board is not asking for minutes or records on how,
or perhaps monthly report or quarterly report of how.
Board, that's why they say fiduciary responsibility.
Yeah.
The board ought to know. You can't. That you don't know is no excuse.
So if the board got to know about this, what actions did the board take?
Exactly.
But before that, no crown issue we started here. Eba say, even the board, some of the board members name Google scanning via form. Intino. I think say Atuesian has been okay. Yes, we did boneno, but only deny.
Why scapegoat?
On why scapegoat? Because there are other people who also need to suffer what your friend is saying, the full rigors of the law. Inti say you narrow on to Atuesian. I don't.
But some also right. I mean, he's got every right to say, okay, Bonia Medie, Nyaminkwana Medie. Omo come whom me deep on in India. And he had every right to mention those names.
It doesn't absolve you. But clearly, if you look at our company law, the way it's structured,
yes,
you don't even need a tuition to say parliamentary table. It can't be. He's a board.
He's a board chair.
So if you are a board chair and supervise, and no so the who say, or you Yankuponipa, man of God. What do I say? And see, I'm funny say, law here in the court, Macrana, Yankupo crash and say, also here say, be a course will be a funny new coins.
Yes.
Oh, David, was it Yankupo said, he said, was it the course to be an year? But Annie,
Yanka will be for 90 million.
Because where was it proven say or for scarcity but the supervision role no play and only a far so convicted.
So there is a case that we can allude to.
Yeah.
I best serve as reference point in a year giving a verdict on a Tuisian case. But it looks as if
and then focus a selective justice.
Well.
But me tia to see interview quickly. He mentioned say even I think is it a year or something before the banks went down. Came out of his interview, he said something similar to a friend is saying Oforiata approaching them, those kind of because even according to Amwabe, the day before, said the next day Amuklosi, he spoke with Oforiata, assured him, say he has some investors coming in. Yes, of course, everybody agrees to the fact that these banks were struggling. But was it the best way to shut all those banks down? Creating unemployment all over.
The jailing of Atuesian does not justify the so-called banking cleanup.
It doesn't.
Because as we've come to know now, banks like NIB are all at the verge of requiring recapitalization.
Yes.
And the NIB are summoning the OTR.
Airtime.
Portal.
Yeah.
Some banks didn't even meet the minimum capital requirement. Bank of Ghana set it.
Yes.
But those banks were not collapsed. Why?
Yes.
So
well, Omambe Nebui, that's a big question. Sorry, Jimmy, my men are bright as my men are David, as he said, owned by and because and then no. Because when you be say, Nimfu be, baby, I can. But here no pay. Good morning. Osi nim fubio hona otise oniha otise ma spele insu no. I say aboka.
Who cages?
Akasamba.
Young about the watching hours of 5:30 a.m. and 9 a.m. You remember, yeah, was we built near the happy morning show no earlier, bro. Your friend could just say Fat Danquah. Yeah, and then me point terms. I was me point terms. I pen a muse producer rum pen as my point term as a and then just say Monday fufu. We ever said here between hours of 1 and 5 p.m. Yeah, the power and Benjamin D never bro. Up next, over there's a back I'm your worry. Or no, what the happy sports brain and pay. That's sorry, so. Now go about the man area, essential.
.9